Yo, what it do? What it do? What it do? Oh man, man, oh man, oh man. I don't want to hear shit about the defense. I don't want to hear shit about the defense. They put up this many points as Dak Prescott did. The fucking defense had 5 sacks. I don't want to hear shit about the defense tonight. This is supposed to be the MVP out there, and Jacoby Brissett outplayed him. We talking about a journeyman who's only getting paid what? He got a 2-year, $6 million contract. Man, don't come on my live with them Dak fanboy Slurpees talking shit about the defense didn't do this. Oh, he had turnovers. Well, he had a turnover too. And he ain't do shit in the first half. Yeah, he ain't even get that touchdown to down. 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Try to tell these folks about this guy. But I'm a hater. That's bullshit. You got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. And this what your offense look like? I look at this. That shit is only number one against bums. Only got a number one offense against bums. 805 Vaughn, what's up, bro? Mm-hmm. Yeah. B Hood, what up? They got everybody ats up here now. I don't know what they why they switch it from everybody's profile name. At Texas, what up, Texas? That was trash all game, bro. And he had the better weapons than Jacoby Brissett. I give you Marvin Harrison Jr. But shit, you had Dak delusional fans. MVP Dak with the number one offense, 10 points. 10 points. At home. And the Arizona Cardinals defense won healthy. They won that top notch. They have some backups in playing on defense, and he couldn't do nothing with it. I'm like, man, man, I'd have had some Slurpees come at me, bro. Hey, I'm gonna make a video about this shit tomorrow if I get a chance. If not tomorrow, it's gonna be Wednesday. Y'all remember when I had my live about when I went on to the CFO sports show, right? So after we beat the Jets, he responded on that video in the comments. This was like 4 months ago, right? So after we beat the Jets this season, he gonna make a comment on that particular video, talking about some. Where you at, JB? I haven't heard from you in a long time. I was like, hold up, bro. This shit was 4 months ago. You commenting about that? So then I think after we beat the Commanders, oh, he responded again back in there. I was like, hold up, dude. You responded to a comment that was made 4 months ago because Dak Prescott beat the Jets and the Commanders? I ain't heard nothing from him since we lost to the Broncos, and I bet you I won't hear shit from his ass. But I'm gonna make a video about that shit. Oh yes, I am. Somebody need to go holler at Junkie too. Jaja Binks, the office didn't show up at all. At all. Behold, MVP Dak. That must be a joke. Bro, he beat 3 bum ass teams and they was putting him in the Hall of Fame. I was like, pump your brakes. He ain't run up against a good team. He losing to bad teams, losing to good teams, and tying good teams. This dude is horrible. And what they say, he just need another weapon on the outside, JB. He just need another weapon on the outside. What up, Devil Dog? I'll keep hating till he's gone, bum ass. Man. Bally's Prime, what up? What it do, bro? Samuel Hayes. Trash, man. This guy's the MVP. This is basically how he was playing last year before he got hurt. This is how he was playing last year. Yes, he's trash. Devil Dog, he's trash. Frank Joseph, what up, Frank? Thank you for keeping it real, JB. Much appreciation to you and a few honest others. No problem, bro. He got Mark Hose in his profile. That's what he's doing right now, Frank Joseph. That's what he's doing now, right now. Blaming the defense. I got to give some blame on Shotty too, bro. His play calling, boy, man. You're not gonna kick the field goal early in the game. You miss it on fourth. You know what type of defense we got. You go for it, you don't get it, you don't get no points. You know how our defense been playing, but today they played fucking pretty good. I mean, 5 sacks. Goddamn, scored 6 points. They scored just as many points as Dak Prescott did. Come on, man. Then they fuck around. They bring Aubrey off the bench for him just to kick a fucking 68-yard. He ain't getting no rhythm. They should have gave him the rhythm with that gimme, and they got down red zone, and we was goal to go. Don't bring that man out there to kick a fucking 70-yard field goal. No rhythm, no nothing. Defense some shit, offense some shit. Yeah, they shit, but the defense played better than the MVP, the $60 million man. Nick Burgundy, what's up? Dak is trash. Yeah. We know what the defense is. There's nothing. Hell, what they gave us today was something. I mean, if we could have scored some points on offense in the first half, all they be talking about, can the defense get a stop? Can at least the defense get a stop? Can the defense get a stop? Bragging on their number one offense. Offense garbage. Devil Dog. Where are his cult members? Nowhere to be found. How could you even defend some shit like that? Behold, this what you get with the most overpaid QB. Exactly. Samuel Hayes. I told my big brother Pickens gonna look just like Gallup fucking with Dak. There was the MVP. Man, ain't no damn MVP. They need to stop that shit. 805 who is that? Answer this honestly. What do you mean, who is it? Or what is he? What is that? Man, he's an average to a little bit below average quarterback, bro. He's not what everybody or what the Dak fanboy Slurpees think he is, man. He's just not. He is just not it. Jacoby Brissett was getting pressured by the Cowboys. I don't want to hear no talking about we couldn't get no pressure. We was getting pressure with that back end so fucked up. But we was getting pressure. But some of the plays Jacoby Brissett was making in the pocket under pressure, he was still completing passes. He was throwing darts. Now, he had some off passes, but shit, he was 21 for 31. He was efficient under pressure. That's something Dak talking about. Pressure is privilege. What? Danielle Graves, what up? After this loss, JB, the Cowboys have to rebuild the defense. People still talking about the defense, bro. We already know about the defense. What are we going to do about this quarterback with this number one offense the MVP Hall of Famer, what they was calling him, even after he played like shit against the Broncos, they were still saying he was in the MVP race. Still saying he was playing like an MVP after we lost to the Broncos. Man, please. Yamar, what up? You should have seen what BC played at the end. I heard it. I forgot. I don't know the artist's name, but it was a female he was playing. Devil Dog. Our schedule was about to consume us and Dax bum ass. Yeah. We're going into a bye or some bullshit like this, and then we got to play. Man, the Raiders might smack us. Straight up. The Raiders might smack us. 805 on. Dak torched the ball. Dak touched the ball 10 times tonight. And through one, he touched the ball 10 times. So he had 10 possessions. Yeah, that's all they had, 10 possessions? You Joe? Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. I might be misunderstanding what you said. Hold up. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Anybody want to get up in here? Get their thoughts, their opinions on this. Because, bro, he touched the ball enough, 805 on, to do something with that shit. He touched it enough. Devil Dog, shitty hire, man. Dak wanted him. Dak wanted him. Man, Shawty play calling, bro. His decision making, you can tell he a rookie head coach. You can tell. And I could see it. What I was saying in my video I had made about him when he was on there being interviewed by Jesse Holly and what they're gonna do. How is he gonna be able to not be tempted into throwing the ball with Pickens and Lamb out there? He's failing. He's failing to me. I thought this was supposed to be a hard-nosed, trenches, running the football type team, and man, we ain't nowhere near that. Javonte Williams doing good. He had a fumble, but I mean, overall, he's doing good. But they're not prioritizing it enough for me. Nah. Devil Dog, we are basic on both sides of the ball. Yeah. Terrible. But we got a $60 million quarterback on the offensive side of the ball with the number one offense, Devil Dog. Huh? Oh, he's carrying everybody on the team. Especially when CD was out. He was carrying like an MVP. Danelle Graves, the Cowboys should call the Browns against Shador Sanders. They need to do something. Because this ain't working. This is not working. The Sport, what up, Sport? What's up, JB? Trash, Dak, O-line, Schottenheimer, Ferguson, Lamb, Blam. Just a bad football team. Basically, bro. Just a badass football team, man. And this league is being led by a $60 million bum. Terrible. Terrible, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Hold on, I'll get you up, DJ. Get you up in there. What it do? What it do? Miami's on. What up, Miami's on?
What's up with it, JB?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
You know how I'm doing. you can't, you can't even say that shit with a straight face, man. Woo, shit, dog.
Man.
Oh man, this is
Man,
sad, man.
how you can do it really loud, though, bro?
Yeah, at
You
this
just
point.
saying this shit, man.
How you can do it just fucking laugh? I was laughing the whole game, man. I wasn't even mad, dog. I was just laughing at this shit, man. But look, man, everybody look. Now everybody want to blame the offensive line. I thought he was carrying the team, man.
They want to blame the offensive line now?
Yeah, they saying the offensive line didn't give him enough time tonight. And he couldn't.
That's bullshit.
Dude,
fucking.
What's up, Dallas, man?
What's up, Dallas? Yeah, they blaming the offensive line tonight, and what else? Well, yeah, that's all I'm hearing. And he have his weapons let him down and drop balls and all that type of bullshit ass excuses I'm hearing. And that's all the nigga can seeing on Twitter right now is how Jerry Jones and let Dak down again.
What?
Yep, that's what they saying. JB, Dak Prescott has been let down.
After watching this guy, Jerry Jones has let him down.
Letting him down. That's what they
Gave
saying
him
on
the
Twitter.
highest paid quarterback. Gave him
Mm,
the best weapons at the wide receiver position, and
mm.
Jerry Jones let him down.
Oh,
Actually,
don't forget, drafted 3 first-round offensive linemen
Offensive
for his ass.
lineman.
Mm.
yeah, dude, this is It's ridiculous, man.
That's
Go
just
ahead, Dallas
bad.
man. Go ahead, bro. I missed your video, man. I was trying to
Oh,
set some shit up. I clicked on it, but I had to do something. Man. I'm gonna go back and watch it though.
oh,
Your pregame thoughts on your video.
well, dude, thanks. Sorry about that. And sorry to cut you off,
Oh,
DJ.
you good? Go ahead.
Nah, you good.
Um, dude, this team, I made a post game video. This team just needs to tank. I mean,
They ain't gonna do it.
they won't. They'll win enough games to make us look halfway decent, unfortunately. But let's be honest. Um, Shout out to Joe Rodriguez of the Cowboys blog. I actually even mentioned this in my live and my post game video. He made a video about Will McClay and how bad Will McClay has been when it's come to drafting defensive talent. Will McClay has been atrocious when it's come to drafting defensive talent. And the only way the
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys have ever been good when it's come to drafting defensive talent is we've just lucked into players or we've been so bad that we have no choice but to pick them. I feel like if the Cowboys want to have any sort of chance to try and rebuild our team, we'd be better off sucking. And I know it sucks. I didn't think I'd say this, but we'd be better off sucking, being one of the worst teams, lucking into like really good players and building that way, building our defense that way, than going out there winning 6, 7 games and doing that. I don't think Brian Schottenheimer is the answer. I think my video back in March about him being the worst hire since Dave Campo is not
Bro,
far off.
No, that
I
goes to
think,
Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett was the worst coach we've ever had because they had him for too long.
well, that's true, but that video may not be too far off. Dak, the offense, I would probably keep most of it the same, except for the quarterback position. Um, Dak is clearly not the answer. I
nope.
mean,
Nope.
did you guys, dude, 2 games in a row, and he scored what? 10
6
points?
points. No,
Six
6. He only got a
six
Yeah,
points.
touchdown.
6.
6 points
Defense got
against 7. 7 points. So Dak Prescott, who is making $60 million a year, scored didn't even score 10 points against the Arizona Cardinals. And I know the Cardinals have been playing tough. I get that they are not as bad as their record says, but still,
Nah, fuck that, man. We shouldn't have lost to the Cardinals, bro. I
we
don't give a
shouldn't have lost like that.
Bro,
There's
the
no
Cardinals have
Dak.
had our number since they moved from Texas to Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
got
the
that
thing is,
number.
there's no way we should have lost like that. But
Mm-mm.
am I surprised that we lost like that?
Nope, me
No.
either. I'm not
No, me
surprised.
either.
Nah,
I
I was
told
more
y'all, Matt
I was more
Eberflus's
surprised,
defense was
man,
going
when
to
we lost to
choke.
the Panthers.
Yeah, Matt Eberflus's
What up,
defense was going to
Spencer?
choke. And
What up,
I heard
JB?
somebody on YouTube, I'm not going to say any names, but they called the Carolina Panthers a contender. Almost laughed out of my seat. I'm like, I knew they were going to beat Green Bay because I don't think Green Bay is a true contender at all. I think Green Bay is
Nah,
incredibly overrated. The fact
the
that they
fact that they
tied with
tied with the
us.
Cowboys tells you they're not a contender. How do you tie with a bad
Right. They
defense?
lost to Cleveland. Cleveland's even worse.
Oh,
Yes,
So
sir.
man.
Mm.
that's my thoughts. I feel like this team just needs a complete rebuild. They need a whole new identity. They need a new quarterback. They need mostly a whole new defense. There
Well,
needs a
well,
lot.
Dallas fan 1997. Here's the thing: if you really want the Cowboys to really do a rebuild, it starts with a new owner. Because the last time the Cowboys rebuilt was when Jerry Jones bought this team from Bum Bright.
And that's
That was
true.
the last thing they rebuild. So that's what the Cowboys really need. They need a brand spanking new owner.
That
I
shit not
agree.
happening. Y'all gotta let
I
that
agree with
go.
you. I'm just saying.
y'all
I'm just
gotta
Yeah,
let
saying.
y'all
that
gotta let
go.
that go. The owner shit. Cause soon as Jerry Jones die, all they
Yeah.
gonna do is give it to Stephen Jones. So
And
Well,
Stephen
that's why
Jones is just as
uh,
bad as Jerry because he's a
and-
cheapskate.
yeah,
well.
and really
I'm
Stephen
not. I'm
Jones
not.
is the one running the show behind closed doors. But
And
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with you, dude. But I'm just saying, like, the best chance the Cowboys have to even be competitive again really would be just to move on. Obviously, we can't control who the owner is.
yeah,
We can't.
nope.
they
Nope.
But
got
the best
yeah.
chance we
That.
got is we need to move on. We need to. The Jerry Jones just needs to bite the bullet, bro. It's been 36 years. Draft a quarterback in the first round. Heck, even since Quincy Carter, that was 2001. It's going to be 25 years this upcoming year. That's a long time,
Yeah,
bro.
because
Bite
they
the
lucked
bullet and
in, like they
draft a
said, they
first round
lucked in the Romo.
quarterback.
The
Yeah,
reason they
nah,
didn't have to draft one because they lucked into Tony Romo, and then he was the arm golden boy for years.
yeah, they've been too cheap around that Cowboys position for years. You can't even bank on Joe Milton and shit. I don't trust it. So they need to
No,
they
No,
need
they
to
need to get a
really yeah, they got to get a
first round
first
talent.
round talent quarterback. But
so what then,
Facts.
fellas? Who would that be?
So
Because I've been paying attention to college. Arch Manning ain't looking like that dude. I think the Cowboys draft him, he'll be worse than Prescott because he
no, we
playing
don't
like
need.
dog
nah,
crap in Texas.
I don't agree with that. No.
We'll
Hey,
yeah,
see
nah,
because Arch
nah.
Ar-
let me
I
get
don't agree with
hey, y'all. Let me
nah.
get that delusion up
Arch
in here,
Manning is
man. Let me
starting
get
to
his
develop. I'm
let me
going to
get his
say this:
opinion.
Arch Manning is starting
Hello,
to get
Dallas fan.
better.
Hold
Arch
on. Let me
Manning is starting to get better.
let me get that delusion up in here, man. I want to get uncensored. I want to get their opinions about this.
Well, I told y'all from the beginning of the season that this is a plain, simple offense for Dak. So don't be surprised when defense clamp down on that offense. 10 points against the Cardinals, 17 points against the Broncos. This is a simple offense around Dak. Dak is the biggest problem.
But the Cowboys had no exit strategy. I've been telling many Cowboy fans this. If they didn't believe in Dak, they should not have paid him in 2017. And if y'all really didn't believe in Dak Prescott, you should have got a new quarterback prior to it. The Joneses thought they had something with Trey Lance until he had that terrible last preseason game.
It goes back to his fan base, brother. We have
Yeah,
too
you
many
gotta go.
fan. We have
Yeah,
too many
Dak got
fans
too
in the
many
Cowboys
fans.
fan base that are delusional about Dak.
Yeah, you gotta think that first contract, Jerry really got peer pressure into that kid. He didn't want to pay his ass. Trust me.
Nope.
Jerry
But
Jones
he
knew Dak wasn't it, but his fans and the media, and they was bringing up how like, oh, Tony Romo never had contract problems. Jerry Jones, he racist, and his fans pay Dak. So Jerry Jones never wanted to pay that dude. I don't know who was
nope.
behind his second decision, but whoever's behind that shit, they out of line for
Will
this.
McClay. Because another thing is the Cowboys have been really bad at self-scouting their own players. Because every year we be having these conversations about players they pay playing like trash.
Yeah.
People were saying don't pay this dude off of just 2 good seasons, just like what
Hell, Jimmy
Trayvon Diggs.
Johnson told
Colin
Jerry Nance to.
Cowherd, yeah, he told him straight up he wouldn't have gave Dak that
Yeah,
money. He said,
yeah,
"Hell no, I wouldn't pay Dak that shit because he's not the best player in the NFL." And like I
yeah.
keep telling people, he can't carry a team. He can't elevate a team. Everything got to be perfect around him. Receivers got to catch every pass. Linemen's got to block like Tyron Smith coming out of USC. Running backs got to be perfect. So as soon as Dak get the fucking up and zone, hey, look, JB, no cap.
Yeah,
I knew the
yeah.
game was over when the Cardinals defense started doing all that zone blitzing and shit, confusing that. I said the game is over with. He's not finna overcome that shit. I already knew it, man.
You know, I used to tell JB one time on his channel, would a Dak have been better playing somewhere else? Now I really want to change it to where I really wish the Cowboys had just never signed Prescott and let them other teams try to get him, like San Francisco. Let San Francisco suffer with Dak Prescott. We probably would
Now,
have Brock Purdy right now.
Well,
John Lynch wouldn't
can I
have
tell
took
you?
no Dak Prescott. He would be like, hell no. I'm tell you that
Well,
right now.
I could have told you this, Danelle. I mean, we won. Let's just think about this. We had a better record with Cooper Rush last season. Cooper Rush is not, in my
Wait,
opinion, a starter,
wait, hold on.
right?
Cowboys 19. How many games did Cooper Rush win last year?
He
What
went
was it?
four. He was
We
four
went
and
4 and
four.
4.
How many games
Four and
have we
four.
won with that?
We won
3.
3
Okay.
last year and this
Okay.
year
Mhm.
and this year.
Okay.
Hell,
So
1997. Even when Dak Prescott got injured, that one season when he got his foot broken by the linebacker Logan Ryan from the Giants, we still was competitive with Andy Dalton,
it's facts, dude.
Yeah, because he
I'm
came in and
telling
won
you,
that game.
the
and that was in
Dallas
2020 during the
Cowboys.
pandemic.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys, when it's come to free agent quarterbacks, they actually haven't been too bad. It's drafting is a different story when it comes to
Yeah,
quarterbacks, but
you're right.
you look
You're
at the
right, Dallas,
quarterbacks we've
man.
gotten over the years.
They didn't
Drew
have Matt
Bledsoe.
Castle,
We had
Kellen Moore,
Drew
They
Bledsoe.
also had guys like Mark Sanchez,
John
Garrett Gilbert,
Kitna.
John Kitna,
John
No.
Kitna
Kyle
wasn't bad.
Orton, Brandon
Yeah,
Kyle
John
Weeden.
Orton
Kitna
was
wasn't bad. Yeah. Randy
Kyle
Gordon
Orton
was
really
all right.
wasn't bad either. I mean, if you look at Drew Bledsoe went 9-7 back in 2005.
Yeah.
True, but
So
Drew Bledsoe, his problem was the injury bug was getting him, and that last injury he had when he played against his former team in New England, that's where Romo came in and shined. And then
I
Jerry said, "That's the man." That's the
well,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
get you. I get you. I'm just saying there's a lot of quarterbacks I feel like, and there's a lot of quarterbacks I feel like that could do what Dak has done. Like I'm not.
Yeah, Jacoby
Yeah.
Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett
Jacoby
just
Br-
did it.
Jacoby Brissett did it with less help.
And I
So
don't
what up,
care.
Jimmy
Sis?
G could have
Hey, I
did
want to get
something.
Sis' thoughts on this, dog. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get everybody's thoughts on this. Go ahead,
Go
Sis.
for it. Go for it.
What's good, panel? What up, JB?
What's
What's up
happening,
with
bro? Glad to see
First
you
time,
stop by,
first
man.
time catching you live, man.
Okay, appreciate you for
Yeah.
stopping by, man.
Man, the hell of a game, though, man. This team is lacking talent in a lot of places, man. And I gave Dak Prescott his credit when he was playing well. The last 3 games, man, Dak Prescott has looked fucking horrible. And this is the trick that if you guys pay attention to him during warmups, if he is sweating like crazy and his eyes are as big as saucers, he's gonna have a bad game. If you go back and watch before the Green Bay playoff game, the San Francisco playoff game, any of the major games where the pressure is on, he does a pre-game interview, and the dude cannot stop sweating,
Damn.
and he plays bad.
Fact.
I'm
Then somebody
over.
explain to
I'm over
me
the Dak
how was he
Prescott
able to do
experience.
that in the playoffs?
I'm
Then somebody
over
explain
the
how was
Dak
he able to
Prescott
do that
experience.
when he played Tampa and in Seattle? Because he
Well,
was sweating in them 2 playoff games that he won.
Defense.
He had a
Yeah,
great defense in
Run game.
2018
he wasn't
and
lighting up the
2022. The
scoreboard.
Tampa Bay
No,
Buccaneers
it
had
wasn't.
a crap
and I ain't
team.
gonna lie, that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team was god awful. They made the playoffs
Yeah,
like with an 8-9 record, I
yeah,
think, or
but
some shit.
what did we beat them by? It wasn't 35-point game. Dak Prescott didn't come out there slinging the ball all over the field.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
against Tampa Bay he did, but
that
against Seattle he didn't. No,
yeah,
No,
Seattle
that,
that was,
we
like I
got
said,
lucky.
that was all defense. And of course, Ezekiel Elliott was still good because the Seahawks
Mhm.
were getting manhandled by that guy.
yeah,
That's fact.
Hey,
Zeke
Zeke
was
led the
carrying
league in
that
rushing
shit.
in 2018. Is all I got to say.
Man, Zeke carried Dak. I honestly believe if it wasn't for Zeke first couple years, Dak would have been out the league on my mom.
Well,
He's like
2017
Geno.
I agree.
exposed Dak when Zeke got suspended,
Yeah, that's
I'm
all
just
you
and you
got to
saw it.
see. Soon as Zeke got suspended, that's when Jerry Jones should have knew Dak Prescott was not like that
Well,
because Dak played like shit.
Stephen Jones is responsible for the last contract.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has
well,
to
no, he
be.
was
Oh
because
yeah.
I think
Stephen
so
Jones
too.
is
Yeah.
responsible
Yeah,
for
facts.
Brian Schottenheimer.
No, Dak
He's
is responsible
responsible
for Brian Sotomayor hire. Dak is
him and Dak because Dak Prescott is the one
who
that
wanted him.
wanted Brian Schottenheimer, and then Jerry Jones is responsible for Matt Eberflus. So
Yeah, Matt
that's the
Eberflus is
truth.
for. But you can. I ain't gonna lie. That defense wasn't that bad tonight. I don't give a damn. They got some stops.
I
That's
got
what
a
I'm
question
saying.
Yeah.
for I got a question for the panel.
Go ahead,
Do
sis.
y'all think that the NFL has figured out Shotty's offense?
No, the
Oh, for sure.
NFL. No,
No.
no. Look. Let me tell y'all this. Every game Dak has struggled against or like played subpart. Go look at all 4 of them defensive coordinators. They old heads. No, they didn't figure it out. Dak Prescott years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That's what it is. People didn't been know who Dak is. The NFL been figured out Dak Prescott.
But
Stop
if
the
he
run, zone
but if
blitzes and shit.
but
No.
but
Well,
my
hold on, hold on.
pushback to that is
with the exception of the Giants, because the Giants have yet figured out that.
Hold on.
They can't even scheme. Jamar Chase got 23 open targets in a game because they know how to scheme their players open. I watched Dak Prescott throw the ball to Turpin on a third down play because they just ran simple routes. And I think Shotty's offense is line up and just beat your man. There's no scheme to get CD open or Pickens open or anything like that. Nobody's running a crosser route to drag somebody and
True. And somebody keep behind.
It's if you go back
I ain't
and
seen
watch
no
that
crossers
third
or
down,
nothing. You right.
you go down, go watch that third down play where Dak threw it to Turpin on the right side of the field. Go look at CD route and Pickens route. They just lined up and ran a route. There was nobody making a defender have to guess or think or anything.
The offense might.
I don't disagree with you, uncensored cowboy, but let's look at the common denominator. It seems like every offensive coordinator the Cowboys have had since 2016 has had to dumb down their offense, and this is not the first
agree.
time we've heard this.
Dak Prescott has
I don't
one
disagree
offense.
with you.
He has one offense, and every coach has ran that offense for him.
And
That's what I'm
Scott
saying.
Linehan.
Everybody's expecting the offense to be different. I'm like, guys, it's not going to be much different. You got the same quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a Dak Prescott offense, and every coordinator and coach has ran that offense for him.
Man,
look at Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy had to change his offense, and I'm not a big Mike McCarthy fan. I think he was terrible, but he had to change a lot of what he ran due to Dak. And I know a lot of people came on and blamed Kellen Moore.
He said that in 2023.
After I saw the success that we had with Cooper Rush, I realized, oh my gosh, Kellen Moore is really not the issue. It's Dak. Dak is the issue.
He wasn't an issue.
If you remember, at the beginning of the 2023 season, Mike McCarthy said that he wanted to run a quote unquote Texas Coast offense.
He did.
And then they were struggling to run that offense after a couple of games, and then they went back and converted back to Dak's offense.
Well, hold on, uncensored cowboy. Remember though, Mike McCarthy was already said to be archaic because even when the news broke that he got hired to Dallas, Aaron Rodgers went on social media and said the Cowboys are screwed because they even said Mike McCarthy is not that good of a coach. Rodgers even quoted, "I was the reason why Mike McCarthy got a Super Bowl. The talent around him made him good. McCarthy ain't that good."
But my pushback to that is you didn't get a better 3 years of Cowboy
I was going to say, McCarthy gave you three straight 12-5 seasons, and your quarterback was stinking it up in the playoffs. So y'all got to stop with all this. That Mike McCarthy 3 straight 12-5s. That's not Mike McCarthy reason Dak Prescott throwing picks versus the 49ers and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I also give more of the credit for them 12-5 seasons to Dan Quinn. Because when the Cowboys got Dan Quinn, the defense made up for a lot of the offensive mistakes.
That's true.
You can give Dan Quinn that too. Turnovers. They was getting turnovers and all that.
They led the league in turnovers 2 years of the 3 years.
Yeah, they led the league, and Dak couldn't do shit with it.
Well, JB, you get on Fifth Channel, right? And what was I screaming all offseason? You put a defense is the best friend for a quarterback because when they make a mistake, you can get a defense that can either get the ball back or hold them to 3. And look at the Broncos. When Bo Nix came out and threw an interception right off the back, what did that defense do?
They got that shit
back.
They shut us down.
They held them to 3. Yep. And that's what Dak Prescott needs. When he makes that mistake, and I don't know if y'all know
he had that shit.
I break down Dak Prescott a lot. Dak Prescott, he drops back and he's facing to the right. When those reads aren't there and he turned to the left, all his interceptions are on the left hash mark. He cannot read over his left shoulder. He throws right at the linebackers and right at the safeties.
Okay,
go back and break it down.
Yeah, hold on. I want you to finish, but I brought this very thing up on my live. Why does Dak Prescott get so many batted balls down? And you just answered my question. He can't read over the left side, and that's where a lot of his batted balls come. Man,
yo,
I thought because he was short.
The last game at the Broncos, both of them were over the left hash marks.
And crazy thing is, fellas, the only time you ever see Dak make any success on the left-hand side is towards his tight end.
Because I've always pointed out that it only works when there's a tight end for Dak Prescott. It happened with Dalton Schultz, happened with Blake Jarwin, Jason Witten. When them guys are on his left side, he's not afraid because he knows his tight end gonna be there when he need him.
I'm just
He
ready
can't do
for
it with
his ass to
receivers.
go.
If go back and look at the Green Bay playoff game, where was Brandon Cooks' pass? That was over the left hash mark. That was the first interception.
Yeah.
The second one was on the left side of the field. He cannot read over his left shoulder. I don't know.
He
I
doesn't
don't
read
understand
over
it.
his left shoulder, and he also, I've noticed this too, uncensored. When he panics, and the funny thing is, against the Broncos, when he threw his 2 picks, he really wasn't under pressure. He had plenty of
Nope.
time.
There were clean
No, he
pockets.
put pressure on himself, and
No,
CeeDee Lamb was
but
already running his route and already was away from his
no,
defender,
no,
and
but
Dak threw
listen,
it.
That first one was a clean pocket.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
clean pocket,
when
put too much pressure on himself.
when he panics, what happens is he gets sped up in his mind and he just forces the ball. I said it in my pregame video. He did it against the Broncos. He sped it up in his
Bro,
mind. He got panicked
put that right
and
there.
he forced it into double and triple coverage. He did it both times. The film showed me. I was like,
Yep.
dude, what are you doing? Like, you're forgetting
Bro,
how to play the quarterback position, brother.
I'm telling y'all, if y'all didn't know Dak was gonna be trash tonight after that like first 2 drives, I don't know what the hell y'all
Yeah,
looking at.
you can tell
Because you
Dak
can
in the first
already, I'm
7.
telling y'all, the defensive NFL has caught on up to Dak Prescott. They know how to play him, man. I knew the game was over when they was faking safety blitzes and bagging out and shit, and Dak got to make them hard reads and shit. He gonna struggle. So, like I say,
Yeah.
he,
And
he
it's
was
only really against really good teams. Because the only outlier somebody will give Dak Prescott is, well, if that's the case, how come the New York Giants ain't been able to figure out how to beat
who
Dak
the New
Prescott? He's
York
beating them
Giants?
13.
Who the New York Giants defensive coordinator this year? Who was that? I don't
I
know
couldn't tell you,
I
man.
don't
Sorry.
know.
I couldn't tell you.
I remember it was Don Wink Martindale, but they left. They fired him, and he went to Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, I
The
don't
thing
need to
And
know.
then of course, they're gonna say, well, what about the Commanders? Dak seems to find a way to beat the Commanders. The Commanders have always said they have good defenses.
The thing
Well,
is, like I said,
guess
Dak.
who else beat the Commanders is Cooper Rush. He beat the Commanders last year when they were healthy.
But Dak
But see,
always beat on bad. Like the Washington always was having Sam Howell and Taylor Heineke and shit. He was beating up on them type of QBs. I ain't giving no stock into that bullshit.
Hey, Cooper Rush
exactly.
beat him last year, and they went to the NFC
Yeah,
Championship game.
I told a lot of these delusional Cowboy fans, guys, you don't feed into that stuff with Dak and the Giants and the Commanders. I've always told people many a times, the Giants and the Commanders are cursed. Those 2 teams are cursed, and I think the Cowboys put a curse on them because that's why they always lose to those 2 guys.
And then how many
What we got
times
on
have
us then? What we
have
got on
Dak
the Cowboys?
beat New York in New York when it's cold out there? Because I don't remember a lot of
Well,
times.
Dak has only
Yeah,
lost to the Giants his
yeah.
rookie year.
Yeah, that's what I was finna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he's ever lost to the Giants outside of
This is rookie year.
2016.
Hey, yo, but I got a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Miss Baker, she says, so getting a new QB is fixing the defense?
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna fix the
No.
defense necessarily. Well, it may.
Hey, it
'Cause if you
may
get a
fix the
quarterback,
defense because you're gonna keep that defense on the side. Ain't even coming out 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. It might help the damn defense, you know.
The,
yeah, I was gonna say it actually might because if you get a quarterback that can actually score and make plays when it matters, like look at the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. Look at
No,
the
no, no. You
Buffalo
look, fuck
Bills
the
with
Chiefs.
Josh Allen.
Look
Yeah,
at
because the
Joe.
Chiefs ain't.
Look at motherfucking old ass Joe Flacco. He just put up 40 against that Bears defense where Dak couldn't even put up 14. Man, I'm not
Dak
Exactly.
couldn't even
listening.
put up 20 against that
20.
Bears defense.
Come on, man.
He
why
I
struggled.
guess
y'all?
if I'm even.
Why are we still pounding our heads? The offense is simple because of Dak. I said this at the beginning of the season when they were scoring over everybody. I was like, this is a simple offense. Only thing is beating people is CD and Pickens. But a good
Pickens
defense,
more
a
so than
average
CD.
defense is going to beat this simple offense because Dak. You cannot run nothing but a simple offense because of Dak. That's been the time since Scott Linehan and everybody.
Yep.
That's why they lose in the playoffs. It's a simple offense.
Yep.
But Scott
And the wild
Linehan
thing
offense
is,
was good.
He
It's
can't
true.
even master it, though. He
well,
can't
hold on,
master
fellas.
the offense.
Scott Linehan's offenses was good up until 2013 and 2014. Got to know when did Scott Linehan get fired from Dallas? Because his offense has started to turn to.
2018.
Yep.
2018. 2018. Remember 2018 is when we lost Des Bryant, and it's when we decided, hey, Dak can do this himself. He just needs Allen Hurns and Michael Gallup out there. And then
That's just
and
worst
obviously that's when we
decision.
traded for Amari Cooper, right? And then that whole situation happened. So that was in
Scotland.
2018. Gosh, that was 7 years ago, guys. That's almost a decade, man. That's a long
Scott
time.
Linehan offense always been good. Scott Linehan got fired because he was at a bar and they said you don't have any more plays. He said I got plays, but I don't have the quarterback to run my plays.
Scott Linehan offenses always was high power. Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson.
Scott
Tony
Linehan got
Romo.
offenses
Tony
from the top offense in
Romo.
the NFL.
Dak just sucked.
Minnesota
Well, Dak
offense was one of the highest power offenses out there. Detroit offense, the highest power. Romo with Scott Linehan, highest power. Only quarterback Scott Linehan failed with was guess who?
Dak Prescott.
Prescott.
Kellen Moore. He couldn't win shit. Go to Philadelphia. Get you a good QB. Win and shit. Come on, man. I'm tired of the excuses, man.
I think actually I think that had something to do with McCarthy. Because McCarthy for some reason also wanted Kellen Moore gone. Because I was pissed off the fact that why did he let him go?
It's because
Kellen
Mike
Moore
McCarthy
became
wanted
a
to take over play
scapegoat.
calling duties, bro.
Yeah.
JB, you a Pacer fan?
Yes, sir.
Man, I feel
JB.
Giannis did you dirty tonight, man. Game winner.
Hey JB, don't feel bad. I'm a
I know.
Sixers fan, dude. I'm a Sixers fan, bro. We haven't won stuff, and
I ain't gonna lie though, JB, Indiana, it might be good if y'all do, suck this year, get that top pick, come back with Halliburton. Y'all might be, cooking next year for sure.
Hey, JB, I'm
Hey,
gonna slide out.
I got it worse than all you guys, fellas. I'm a Mavs fan, and the Mavs play like trash too.
No, I'm a Mavericks fan too, diehard Mavericks fan.
And them guys ain't playing too good either.
They ain't playing too good. I was gonna go to the Rockets game today. I was gonna drive 3 hours down there, but I was like, man, I ain't finna waste my damn gas today. But
don't blame me, dude. Dude, I was gonna say, like, I have a weird taste. Like, if you guys watch my channel, I know a lot of people give me crap because I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm a Yankees fan, but then this is where it's different. Hockey team, I'm a Flyers fan. Basketball, I'm a Sixers fan. College football, Utah Utes, because that's where I graduated, right? And then Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So none of my teams have been any good. The only team that's actually won since I've been alive has been the Yankees, and they haven't won since 2009. So that's
at least
a long time, bro.
Yeah.
At least I got to see my Mavericks win the championship in 2011. God dang.
Hey, dude! I at least got to see the Yankees win the World Series back in 2009. I was happy with that. I was like, dude, I actually got to see that, and I was happy. Even last year, we lost the World Series against the Dodgers, but I was pretty happy to even just make it because as a Cowboys fan, I've been so used to disappointment that I was like, man, it's nice to see us make it to a championship. Even Notre Dame, we made it to the national championship last year.
And that's what I say. Everybody always speculates that what happens when the day the Cowboys finally make it over that hump. I say, bro, the day that Cowboys make it over the hump, it's gonna be a fucking riot in Texas. People are gonna go crazy.
We're gonna go crazy down here.
People gonna be shooting guns and shit in the air and all that.
Hey, I'm telling you, up here in Utah, bro, we got a lot of Cowboys fans. By the way, Danny White, he lives out. He's from Arizona, but he's a Cowboys quarterback. He's Mormon and stuff. He lives in Utah, so there's a lot of Cowboys fans out here. I'm not Mormon, by the way.
I'm originally from New York. That's Giants territory. All my family Giants fans, but me.
I'm originally from
my whole father disowns me every NFL season.
Dude, don't feel bad. Everybody in my family, except for my dad and I, are Philadelphia Eagles fans because we're from South, Jersey area. I grew up in Utah, so I guess I have that excuse. But we're from South Jersey originally, and everybody's is Eagles fans, and my dad and I are Cowboys fans. But I'm a diehard. I've watched every Cowboys game since 2007.
Bro, same here, man.
Dude,
I have a custom Cowboys hat that says Dallas Cowboy fan 2007 because it was that 017 team that made me believe.
Dude, that 07 team was so good, bro. That was the first division champions hat.
How does Dak keep getting no trade clauses in his contract? Because his bitch ass keeps signing them.
And the Cowboys in 07 had 14 Pro Bowlers.
Hold on, let's go one
We
at a time.
did. We did. We
Delusional,
did.
go ahead, man.
Yeah.
He said why Dak don't want no trade clause, because if Dak get a trade clause, he'll be traded and he'll be on the bench within 3 or 4 weeks and he'll be out the NFL. No other
Dude,
team will have Dak as a starting
I
quarterback.
wouldn't be surprised if Joe Milton went out there and like outplayed. Dude, he outplayed him last week against the Denver Broncos, and I don't even think Joe Milton's great or the answer, but
You
I'm just
just seen
saying,
how
like,
Joe Milton threw that deep bomb so effortless, and how Dak throws his deep bomb like it's a struggle damn near compared to the
Oh, Dak look like everything looked hard for him.
hard and struggle. Like
It
everything
looked
looks
hard,
hard.
bro. I can feel that
at
shit,
this
man.
at this point, I'd give Dak a chance, or not Dak. Sorry, Joe Milton.
At this
Joe
point, can
Milton.
Dak beat bad teams now? Because he losing to the bad teams now, the Panthers, the Cardinals, and shit. He might be
Well,
done for.
Oh,
remember,
Panthers is
somebody
a
said that
winning
the
team.
Panthers are contenders because
Panthers
they
is
Oh
a
beat the
yeah, my
winning
bad.
Packers.
team right now.
Yeah. My bad. They contenders. My bad.
See, see the
I'm
thing is,
joking. I'm
I
joking.
know it.
the thing is, everybody gonna keep focused on the defense, saying defense. But you got to look
Because
at the
Micah ain't
offense.
there.
The offense is not even scoring. The offense is the reason.
Right.
The offense
Facts.
is part of the reason the defense is bad. Look at Flacco. He still give his team a chance to win, no matter how many points his
And
defense
he
give
40
up.
years old.
Yeah, dude,
Watch.
he really is. He's getting up there in age.
But see, Joe Flacco always had a strong arm coming out of Duke. He had so he can still throw that bitch. So, I'm not shocked that he's still playing like damn near this good at 40. I mean, I don't know how the hell he's still putting up 40 points. I don't know what the fuck he got going on down there, but yeah, you right, man. He compete every game. He fought Joe Flacco. He compete. He going neck to neck with these. Then he go neck to neck the other week too. Like, but they lost. Dak Prescott, he
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
do it.
I made a live the other day about Sam Darnold yesterday. Is Sam Darnold the MVP? And the reason why I said that is because the guy literally threw 4 touchdowns in a half, and he was perfect
Yep,
against
perfect.
Washington.
Yep, he had
And he
he
played a
was lit
healthier
them up.
Washington team than Dak did. So is he the MVP? Most people would probably say no. But, isn't that ironic? They would say no to Sam Darnold, but
But
he
say hype up Dak.
outplayed
Yeah.
Dak.
That's
You know
what
why they
Dak.
probably say that crap? Because what has Dak Prescott done that Sam Darnold hasn't done? Sam Darnold has not took a team to the playoffs. Sam Darnold have a playoff to his name. And
But
they always say Sam
put
Darnold is a product of a system.
no. But Sam, who did Sam Darnold get drafted by? The
The
New York.
Jets.
New York Jets.
I'm
So
seeing goats.
imagine Dak Prescott got drafted by the New York Jets around that time.
He'd be like Geno Smith. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Come
Family
on, man.
Sports Observer
If
pointed
Dak got
out is
drafted
like
by if Dak got drafted by the Jets, he'll be out of the NFL.
And that's
he'd
why
be
they're saying
like
Sam
he'd be
Darnold
like
is so
Geno
good.
Smith. He'd be
Because
like
the
Geno
Vikings
Smith.
made him better. Kind of like Kirk Cousins. They said Kirk Cousins wasn't the reason why the Vikings were good. The Vikings made Kirk Cousins good.
Man, Kirk Cousins threw
That's
for 4,000 yards his
Well,
rookie year.
can,
Nigga, that
can
nigga
I
always can throw it.
can I
Kirk
make a
Cousins was good with
statement?
Washington.
Yeah,
Well,
on God,
I
Kirk
was gonna
Cousins was good, nigga. He wasn't probably great, but he wasn't great. He was good. He was
well, can I
good.
make a statement?
Go
The
ahead.
Minnesota Vikings before Kirk Cousins came there, which was in 2018, right? They went to the NFC Championship game with Case. Now that it was mostly due to luck
3
because it was
drops
the
and
miracle, but
2 fumbles
still,
on that.
they got there with Case Keenum. So they didn't even get that far with Kirk Cousins. And I will say this: Kirk Cousins is better than Case Keenum.
But they
So
also say Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott are regular season good quarterbacks. They play good enough in the regular season to secure their bag. Because look at the Falcons. The Falcon fan base regretting giving Kirk that money.
well,
But see, at least the
yeah,
Falcons
man.
got a real GM because they benched Kirk Cousins ass last year and started Michael Penix Jr. So
Well, dude,
they swallowed their pride.
we have
So
we have
That's
a
because
GM
Ron,
that
hold on, y'all. Let me
knows.
read this comment. So
Go ahead.
Ron
Sorry.
Roberts says 3 drops and 2 fumbles on that.
No, 2
No, it's
fumbles is
not.
not on that.
It's not on Dak, but at the
No.
same time,
Huh.
what did Dak Prescott do to elevate
Exactly.
the offense?
Because I
Did
could have
he?
sworn they got on the goal line. He didn't score. The
No,
defense
he got a field goal.
got a field goal. Defense gave him some stops. They didn't score.
Actually, he didn't even get a field goal. We went for it on 4th and 4, and we
That's
turned it over on
because
downs.
That's because Shoddy heard the comments from the Broncos game. Shoddy played scared. He should have been more aggressive in Denver, and he wanted to send a message that I'm not scared.
Well, boy,
There's a difference not being scared and not just being reckless. Because that's what Shoddy was. Shoddy was reckless. He pulled a Dan Campbell. He went for it and he bit him in the ass.
John says, "Show me who was open." You gotta wait till that all 22 come out, baby.
But let me just tell you, dude. If you're a great quarterback, you can make the receivers thrown open.
You can throw a wide receiver
This is
open.
the same old crap. Hold Dak Prescott accountable. Every other fan base will hold their quarterback accountable if they don't live up to their contract. How come this guy has been on the football team since I was graduating high school, and I'm almost 30 years old? Why is it that since I graduated, barely going into college, this guy's been the starting quarterback, and we're still making excuses for him?
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
Because he's the vet still developing.
Well, here's the thing, Cowboy fan 97. It seems that's been the Cowboys' culture that they hold on to their quarterbacks for too long. Because I told people outside of Staubach and Troy, those are the only two quarterbacks in the Cowboys' history to be successful. Every other quarterback has not measured up to those two guys.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But I'll take Romo over Dak any day. I don't give a damn.
At least Romo made the game entertaining.
On me.
Yeah.
Romo was a competitor. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a fierce competitor. I don't give a fuck.
I'll say this about Romo. Romo did choke.
Yeah, he fucked up. He fucked up.
You never felt like as a Cowboys fan you were out of the game. I remember those teams in 2011 and 2013 were terrible. But we had a chance. Why? Because number 9 was out there playing. Number 9 was breaking his back, playing with a broken back, broken ribs. And by the way, did you know that Tony Romo beat the San Francisco 49ers in 2011 that went to the NFC Championship game with broken ribs? He beat that 49ers team.
He came back.
2011.
He came back. I remember he threw the touchdown to Jesse Holly or whatever.
People forget that team went to the NFC Championship game in 2011. They lost to the Giants, but they were good.
I guarantee Dak wouldn't have played with no bruised ribs. That nigga went out with a hamstring last year. He would have said, hell nah. Shit.
Nope.
Come on, man.
No, but I'm just telling you, he actually showed up. Romo didn't always win.
That's what I said. Romo showed up. Look, versus the Texans I was at that game when TJ Watt and them came down here, and I'm like, man, this nigga Romo finna get his damn back broke. Man, that nigga hit that nigga with that spin and threw that bitch to win. I'm like, you compete. That's all I care about. Like, Dak don't compete like that.
Romo even beat the Super Bowl champion Seahawks on the road.
Seattle. Come on, man.
With a punctured lung after we played the Jaguars in London.
Come on, man. That's why
I remember that one, man. There were Cowboy haters from other teams trying to put hexes and curses on the Cowboys to see if they would lose, and then we ended up beating the Seahawks. People couldn't believe it.
I remember going to school the next day because I was in high school at that point, junior year, and I wore my Cowboys stuff, and everybody was just because there's a lot of Seahawks. I live on the West Coast, like I said, I live out in Utah. There's a lot of Seahawks fans. Oh my gosh, dude! I walked so proud into school that day, and I was like,
"Bro, at least you got to go to. At least you got to go to school, bro." I got suspended for wearing a Romo jersey to school. Like literally, I didn't even get to go to homeroom class. They said, "Oh, they called my name on the intercom, and the teacher said you're suspended." I was like, "What?" For wearing a Cowboy jersey to school.
So I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad the Cowboys lost tonight. It's time for us to start talking about the draft. I don't know why.
Say he wasn't trading.
Dude,
I think he said
with
it's up
you.
in the air now. Or something. He not making that trade now.
Nah, he gonna make that trade, nigga. He better stick to his word.
I still think I'm gonna say this. I said it in my live before I came on JB's show. I still think the Cowboys should make the trade. Go get Max Crosby.
They're not gonna trade Max.
Biggest help this year. But you're talking about the next 3 years. I think Max Crosby would help us.
I think tomorrow they're gonna either get Bradley Chubb, Logan Wilson, or Minkah Fitzpatrick. It's gonna be out of them three.
That's probably the more realistic option.
They ain't getting no Bradley Chubb, fellas, because Bradley Chubb just got paid by the Dolphins. The Dolphins already eating the money for Jalen Phillips that they just traded to the Eagles. Dolphins ain't gonna try and do another trade. It's Chubb's contract is bigger than Phillips.
Shit, you never know, man. Some GMs got balls, man. They can eat a cap. They ain't tripping on holding on to. You know what I'm saying? They some GMs got balls.
The Dolphins ain't got no GM, brother. They done fired their GM.
Oh, okay, then it's a fire sale down there. Everybody it's time to sell
to
shit.
The Miami Dolphins, they are at least trying to make some moves to make their team better. We're
in the future. We still trying to build around Dak. You can't keep trying to build around Dak Prescott. It's like
I agree, man.
It's like a broke down car you've been having for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man. It's like you keep putting all this money in a broke down ass car. Oh, the alternator don't work. Oh shit, the heater don't work.
Hey, JB,
nah,
if the Cowboys trade for some bullshit, you probably gonna have some words on your show if the Cowboys trade for some bullshit players.
Not with them number ones.
Nah, they ain't gonna. I don't think he gonna trade no bullshit player. If he do a trade,
Jerry Jones,
I said those number ones in the draft. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, save the number ones in the draft, man.
We need to rebuild. We need to rebuild, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll take a quarterback first round. I don't give a damn what nobody talking about.
The Cowboys don't need to rebuild. They need to get a new quarterback.
They just need a new QB.
Dak delusional. Dak delusional. I was gonna
ask. Well, they need a QB. They need new linebackers. It's atrocious how the linebacking core went to shit. They haven't had good linebackers since Leighton. Yeah, they haven't had good linebackers since LVE and Jalen Smith.
I'd agree with that.
And they can't stay healthy. They drafting the linebackers that can't stay healthy.
You can get linebackers. Our linebackers are hurt. We didn't lose the last 3-4 years because we didn't have linebackers. We lose because quarterback play. I don't care what the defense do, what happens. It's about the quarterback. Is we losing in the playoffs.
Yeah,
well, fellas, if the Cowboys want a new quarterback, I would try and go get Joe Burrow off in Cincinnati because he ain't gonna go nowhere with Cincinnati.
Nigga, you think Cincinnati finna let? Why would Cincinnati let go Joe Burrow? He took that damn team to the Super Bowl. Come on, man.
He ain't gonna do that.
Because let's be honest, fellas. They always say there's one team that could compare to the Cowboys as far as bad management. They say it's Cincinnati. Cincinnati is notoriously cheap. Mike Brown is a bigger idiot than Jerry Jones. I mean,
but they're not that. They're not that dumb. Trust me, he ain't that damn dumb to get rid of Joe Burrow.
What about the Chargers? You know, I made a video on my live.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, what about the Chargers? The Chargers on my live, I mentioned on my live. I mean, if you look at the Chargers' success compared to the Dallas Cowboys in the last 25 years, it's almost identical outside the AFC Championship game they made in 2007. Like, they have almost the same amount of playoff wins. Their regular season record, I think, is only slightly worse than ours.
It's a lot worse because Joe Burrow cannot get Joe Burrow could not get the Chargers 3, 12, and 5 seasons. Ain't no way. He choked way too much in the regular season.
You can't compare no AFC
yeah, how you know Joe Burrow? Hold on, it sounds like you hating on Joe Burrow. He didn't took a team to a Super Bowl before. You can't hate on a nigga like that.
Joe Burrow. I'm saying if we want a new quarterback, get me somebody who actually can take a team to the big one. Joe Burrow has done that. Dak ain't done that.
That's true.
But Joe Burrow, that shit is fantasy land. That shit never gonna happen. Like, we got to draft
what
a quarterback.
What do you think, Dak delusional? I was gonna ask you So, if you were to draft a quarterback this year, who would you take? And then also, what do you think about trading for Shedeur Sanders? Because I'm kind of
please.
Hold on. I don't know what quarterback's coming out, but I would trade for Shedeur Sanders. Dak is easy to be replaced, but don't say what quarterback you're going to get for Dak. We had quarterbacks that could replace with Dak. We could have kept Cooper Rush and Trey Lance, and we'd have been in a better place right now.
You think
I'd be down with trade.
They could have drafted Shedeur Sanders. I told y'all why he didn't draft him. He knew when Dak had a bad game, the camera was gonna zoom smooth in on Shedeur fucking Sanders. And now Jerry Jones got to ask questions about his $60 million QB and woo-de-woo. It was been too much pressure, trust me. People would have been already, push Shedeur in. It would have been too much for Jerry. And we know.
I would tell you this. I would have said put Shedeur. I'm saying put Joe Milton in, and he's not even as good as freaking Shedeur.
Shit, I'll put in anybody at this damn point.
We could have had Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, shit,
I was
Baker
gonna say at this
Mayfield.
point, I'd be down with
Bro.
Jacoby Brissett.
Man.
Jacoby Brissett on the Cowboys for 10 years, I guarantee we're better.
That's sad too.
Yeah, because that's why I said in my pregame video that Jacoby Brissett is actually. That's why I was like, don't underestimate him. He's actually been a successful
Bro, I
starting
knew,
quarterback.
man. I knew. I'm telling you, I knew the game was over first, like the first two drives. I said that
Yeah, dude,
defense could lead.
I knew
I
it
said that.
too.
Yeah, I knew it was over for Dak. I said the defense. They started doing all that fake zone blitzing, and the pass rush started coming like that. Dak gonna struggle, man. That's just what it is. That's who he is, man. He a fourth round quarterback, and people want him to be like a first round type of talent, and that's not what he is. And then when you criticize him, you a hater. They talk about your family, your grandma. You need to die.
Well,
Uh,
I would agree. I would agree with what that comment
shit.
said about
Shit.
Steven not wanting another Sanders. Because yeah, Steven Jones. You know, as much as we give Jerry Jones a hard time, Jerry Jones does at least try from time to time. Steven
Yeah.
Jones, man,
It's Steven,
he
man.
Steven makes me angry, dude. He
Yeah, he made
sucks
me
so
angry, man.
bad.
He
He
sucked,
sucks
man.
so bad.
Because
Like,
I guarantee Jerry really deep down wanted to draft Shador. Trust me. It
no, he
probably took
did.
He
him
No, he
do.
all.
did.
Yeah,
He
it
wanted
probably.
Shador.
Yeah, he wanted them. You know he wanted them. I know he wanted them. But Stephen Jones and Will McClay, they trying to build this team and trying to cater to Dak again in the first round because who they draft? Another offensive lineman for his ass to protect him. And it still ain't working. How you got 3 first rounds on that offensive line and they getting their ass beat like that? I'm like,
Well,
this
I don't know if they are, man.
man.
I honestly will say this. I think the
Some of that's the
Cowboys'
way that
offensive line
look
has been
going.
And Dak
okay.
was holding on to that ball too, getting
Yeah,
sacked and
man.
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, I don't know if they're that as bad as you think. I think they're not bad. They're just
But I'm
Dak
just
Prescott hold on to the ball too long.
too much.
I
But
think our offense line's not too bad.
no, they not bad at all. Hell no. That's what I'm saying. It's like Jerry Jones and Steve Jones, they have catered too much to Dak Prescott over this decade. And it ain't getting them nowhere. Why we don't got 3 first rounders on the defensive line? You get what I'm saying? It's just too much for Dak. Why we ain't trading for a cornerback or something? Nah, we got to trade for 2 number 1 wide receivers for Dak. And it's still not a fucking enough. You get what I'm saying? Jordan, and this is why I was trying to tell people this. I said I didn't seen Dak with Amari Cooper and CD and Michael Gallup. He'll struggle with them. So he gonna struggle with George Pickens, CD Ferguson. It's just who he is. It's what he is. These last 2 weeks is what the real Dak Prescott is. It's not the little 4 TDs versus the Jets. That's the fool's gold Dak. The real Dak is versus the Broncos and the Cardinals tonight. And I don't want to hear nothing about no defense. And because they got some stops and some sacks, and they only gave up how many points? What touchdown wise, not field goal wise? What they 7, 14, 21. So
27.
27 points. That's more than enough. If Jacoby Brissett, Brisket, Taco, whatever the fuck his last name is, he can motherfucking go out there and throw 4 TDs or whatever. Dak Prescott should be able to do it with 2 number 1,
Yep.
Jay Ferguson. And
Yep.
like I say, this nigga fucking sold me on my parlay, Coach Scottemeyer. I had betted Javonte Williams to get 16 carries. This nigga only gave him 15 carries. Why are y'all not running the ball, man? Like on 4th and 1 and 3rd and 1, all the deep passing and shit, trying to get Dak these stats, and it's just biting them in their ass because he's just not that good, man. That's all I gotta say about this shit in Dallas, man. I don't know where we go. I don't know the
Dude, I
rebuild.
don't know either, man.
I honestly don't know. Honestly, like it's sad at this point. Like I don't know what the 2 first rounders picks. How is that gonna help us? We still got Dak Prescott at the quarterback position, and he didn't have everything.
Well, I agree, man. But you know, I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna say this. I looked at the Green Bay schedule, and I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay started losing a lot more games lately, especially. I'm gonna say this: if anybody wants to like watch my videos, I wasn't surprised that Carolina beat them. I'm like, if Carolina is smart, they'll run 12 personnel and they'll run straight at Micah Parsons, straight up the middle. They can beat Green Bay, and they did, just like they beat us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
man.
I hate the
And that's
Eagles more than anything. They can beat Green Bay, no problem. If
They
Carolina can
play
beat
them this
Green
week,
Bay,
right?
they
Yeah,
can
nah,
they can
yeah,
beat
they
them,
gonna they
no
play them
problem.
this week. Yeah, nah, the Eagles probably gonna beat them, you know. But That's the
Oh, for
Eagles.
Green
sure.
Bay?
Yeah,
And
Eagles. Yeah, the
I don't
Eagles.
think Green Bay is going to win their division. I think the Detroit Lions are going to win their division.
I think
I think the Detroit
Minnesota.
Lions are a better team.
Minnesota kind of tough too, but them Lions
Yeah.
tough, man. That's a tough ass division right there. God. Don't Dak still got to play the Lions and Vikings. Oh my
Yep.
God.
So
Well,
do.
the Viking.
He may do
Well,
okay against the Vikings just because
he will because
Where
the
they play
Vikings are
at?
one of
In
those teams.
Minnesota or at home versus Vikings?
They play at home.
Look,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he may do okay against Minnesota because
Yeah, he
Dak
gonna do
is
okay. Yeah.
well
Minnesota and the
technically.
Chargers are two teams that for whatever reason the Cowboys show up against, but
Well, that's because the Minnesota Viking fan base, which I think they're delusional, they say that ever since Jerry and Jimmy did that Herschel Walker trade, they say they put a curse on the Vikings, and the Vikings have never won a Super Bowl ever since.
well, let me ask you
Oh, shit,
something
right
else,
there.
Danelle. The
Yeah.
Vikings, I was gonna say, I mentioned the Chargers. The Vikings since the year 2000, they have been to 3 NFC Championship games. I'll give them that.
Let me
But
check
if you
this.
look at
Yeah.
the amount of playoff wins and their playoff record since 2000, it's pretty similar to the Dallas Cowboys. They only
Yeah.
have one more playoff win than we do,
I just hate
and
the
that's
fact
it.
Viking fans, every time we play them, keep saying that same thing every time they lose to the Cowboys.
Bro,
Once again, they keep.
the Vikings are basically like the Cowboys. They're not much better. Like they're pretty much the same, to be honest.
That'd be the Bills, because the Bills are damn near like the Cowboys, because their guys can't punch it
Man.
in at all. They can.
I can see some of y'all Cowboys fans was born in the '90s after the Super Bowl wins. Y'all settle for other team losing to accept
Right.
mediocrity.
Yeah, nah, I'm
Man,
not accepting that shit.
I'm from the
No, I'm not
'70s and '90s.
accepting.
We
I don't give a
supposed to
fuck about
win.
no
I
Vikings.
don't
I don't
care
give a
what
fuck
the
about no
Vikings
Chargers.
don't do. I don't care what
Me.
other team lose or whatever. I'm not satisfied with mediocrity. I want the Cowboys to
Well,
win. My standard is number 8, Troy Aikman, number 12, Roger Staubach, number 11, Danny White. I'm not selling for when people say Romo. I don't settle for Romo. I settle for the greatness. I don't care what team lose. Compare my team to the winning championships of the Cowboys. I don't care about the Vikings. None of them teams.
Man,
So let
them
me ask you this
champions.
then, man.
I
Let
get
me ask you this:
I get you, brother. I get you.
does Jerry Jones care about that? Because it don't look like Jerry Jones cares about that success.
No,
But
he
All
doesn't.
you talking
Jerry
about, he
Jones
don't care
did
about
care.
that crap.
Jerry Jones had put Super Bowl teams on that field. It just was the
And who do we
quarterback.
give the credit for? But who do we give the credit for them Super Bowls? Even them old heads like Michael Irvin. Didn't they just have a Netflix documentary about this? They even said Jimmy Johnson was the reason why we were winning. Troy Aikman even said when Jimmy left, everything went to shit.
You must have didn't look at that right. Jerry get a lot of credit for those wins. Who hired Jimmy Johnson? First of all, who hired Jimmy Johnson?
I guess
Of
Jerry.
course,
Well,
Jerry did,
Okay,
and Jerry
so
also
Jerry gets the
fired him.
credit. That's off right there off the rip. Jerry gets the credit.
And Jerry
He
gets the
hired
blame
Jimmy
too.
Johnson. He
Then Jerry
hired
should get the
Jimmy
blame for
Johnson.
firing him.
If he get the bad credit for hiring bad coaches, he should get the good credit for hiring a good coach.
Hey, and I think that's fair. I think that's fair though. Like a lot of Cowboys fans want to just go out and straight up blame Jerry Jones for everything, and I get it. But at the same time, I mean, Jerry Jones, while like I said, I've gone after him this last week. I literally made a post. I was like, I want to be in the foxhole with Matt Eberflus because that weird crap he was saying is just a bunch of nonsense. But if you look at what Jerry Jones has actually built some good rosters. The problem with him is his ego and the fact that he refuses to admit when he's wrong. Like in terms of building rosters, I mean, like I said, the Cowboys are what 10th, 11th in the last 25 years in terms of winning percentage. Actually, if you go in the last 10, 15
Last
years, we're in the
20
top
years.
10.
Top
Top
10
10.
in winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been stopped blaming Jerry Jones for this shit,
And
bro. It's the
Jerry
players.
Jones, well, he does deserve some blame.
Yeah, nah, he
A
do.
lot of it goes back to the players not Marcus Spears even came out and said, "You know what? We as players didn't show up." Goes back to
Hell
the
no.
players. He said that.
Yeah.
Remember,
I mean, of course. But
JB, I think you made a video about this. You're like, "Hey, you know what? The players said that they didn't show up. It wasn't Jerry, we can blame Jerry Jones, and he to some extent is to blame because he builds that culture down there and he does make up a lot of nonsense, but in terms of getting talent, Jerry Jones has gotten some talent. The
Yep.
problem
Hell
is
yeah.
these players are overpaid, they're spoiled, and they haven't shown up when it matters.
But
And they have
But here's the thing,
though.
you can get rid of them players. You can't get rid of the owner. Everybody's always saying you can get rid of a bad player. Can the Cowboys get rid of Jerry? No, only God himself can get rid of Jerry.
But see, the
he's not
thing
getting
goes
rid of
back to
players,
it. His ego. He want his ego and pride with
Who haven't
that.
he gotten rid of?
He won't get rid of
the
him.
problem. It's not that Jerry's so bad. It's just his ego gets
He
in the
got an
way.
ego. He don't know how to admit when he wrong, and like he can't swallow his pride.
Well, fellas, it's hard for us. It's hard for us to even understand a guy like Jerry. We don't walk in his shoes. We don't got his money.
Nope.
We don't have his success that he made. When you got a guy who made a franchise that successful, who makes that much money, how the hell are you gonna tell somebody like that oh, they need to change their ways?
And
they look at you.
Okay,
and I don't blame that nigga for holding on to that.
To everybody blame Jerry. Answers one question. What did Jerry Jones have to do with the Cowboys lose to the 49ers the last time they played in the playoffs?
Oh, no, Dak delusional. I agree with you. I have made multiple videos. I said, Dak Prescott is in fact, I even talked about it today. He is the sole reason why the Dallas Cowboys lost in the 2022 divisional playoff. I don't blame Jerry for that. Jerry did his job.
But Jerry gave him that money. At the end of the day, the reason why we blame him because Jerry gave him the money. Jerry did not need to give him that money.
Racism made Jerry give him that money. Y'all pressed Jerry to give him that money.
People pressed him to give him that money. You see, he didn't sign him that second contract to the last second. So that'll tell you that whoever was behind that, they didn't really want to give him that contract because
it was his son. I think it's his son. His son whispers in his ear more than the fans.
It was
Jerry could easily.
It was either his son or Christine, or whatever her name is.
Because everybody will say, "Oh, it's the fans, it's the fans." I'm like, man, please. In my humble opinion, Jerry don't give a rat's ass about the fans. He don't give a fuck about us.
Well, he doesn't clearly.
Yeah,
he don't care about the fans. They put money in his pocket.
Oh yeah, and Dak Prescott got a big ass fan base in the side.
Because everybody always keeps saying that. Because the fans always keep saying, "Oh, what if we stop buying his merch? Stop watching his games?" That'll do nothing. Jerry has shown us he can make money without the fan base. He can do it. He pimps out that stadium to everything else.
He don't even need the Cowboys to make money.
Base because a lot of the other fans of other teams are just going to go out and watch the games anyways.
We got to stop taking that low hanging fruit and blaming Jerry.
Yeah, I'm done with the Jerry Jones blame. I've been
I'm done with him too. I'm done with him too.
I've been all that talent I done seen on that football field. Nah,
I'll be honest. That's all Jerry Jones can really do. He's the owner and GM. What can he do?
And like I say,
hire a GM.
He can build the roster that's talented enough. Which I mean, let's be honest, Jerry Jones has done that, and he can get the coaches. Now we can argue that he didn't get the coaches talented enough, but honestly,
who wants to coach?
He wasted the last one.
Like Ben Johnson, I honestly thought he was going to come and coach Dak Prescott at 32 years old. I'm like, bro, are y'all delusional? So y'all got to think too. What coaches really want to coach Dak? Because all you do is get fired and get blamed for his fuck ups. So it was. I knew they was gonna hire Brian Scott in mind when they first brought his name.
Well, actually, also it's the culture too, because even Ben Johnson said it's the culture in Dallas why I want to work there. Because believe it or not, at the end of the day, we keep saying we don't want to blame Jerry, but people use Jerry's past mistakes as a reason why they don't want to work there. Because they keep saying Jerry, unlike guys like Stan Kroenke, guys like Robert Kraft, they let you just coach that team. They're not heavily involved, and they've always said that's Jerry's biggest achievement.
Bill Parcells.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but the thing is,
Bill Parcells left.
Let me get this.
But the thing is, Bill Parcells did not leave because of Jerry. Look at his career. He left the New York Giants. He left the New York Patriots. He left the New York Jets. And honestly, I think his time in Dallas was a bit overrated. I think that he did a good job. But we could have hired Sean Payton, who Jerry Jones did want, and Sean Payton actually wanted to be in Dallas. But we had Bill Parcells, and everybody makes that lame excuse, oh, Bill Parcells left because of Jerry. No, I don't think that's really true. Look at the history of Bill Parcells. He left every single team he coached for. So if
Only
you want to say he left because of Jerry Jones, he literally has come out and said, I liked working with Jerry. I enjoyed being there. And then you look at his history, he left every single team that he was the head coach for. Because I
I
used to
just think
believe that too until I watched his documentary and I looked at the history and I'm saying, well, Bill
I just
Parcells
think
actually left a lot of his teams.
I
He
just
left a
think
lot of teams.
if the
Bill
Cowboys
Parcells and Jason Garrett debunked that. Jason Garrett said he did anything he wanted to do. He said it wasn't. He didn't. Jerry didn't control him like people said he did. Listen to Jason
No,
Garrett say
no,
that.
thank you, Dak Delusional, because Jason Garrett even said, I ran that football team. And if you look at who we drafted, that wasn't Jerry Jones, it was Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett really did run the team like he said he did.
drafted some bullshit Taco
That,
Charlton.
thank you. Instead of getting TJ Watt.
Drafted some
Oh,
bullshit.
speaking of fellas,
Christian Hill.
since we're on the topic of drafting, if anybody needs to go, it's Will McClay. Will McClay's recent drafts have been
I ain't
hits and
gonna lie,
misses.
yeah,
Hey, no,
he's
hey,
starting to.
Danelle, I said that at the beginning of the live. By the way, shout out to Cowboys blog, Joe Rodriguez. He made a
Thank you.
great video. He made a
I love
great
his shit.
video. He made a great video talking about this. Will McClay, when it's come to drafting,
He fell
defense
off.
has been atrocious.
He didn't fell
Yes,
off, man.
So the
sir.
Cowboys are better
Yeah.
off. The
Will
Cowboys are
McClay
better
fell
off
off, man. I
tanking.
ain't gonna lie. He didn't fell off in the back end of the draft. He ain't like hit on no picks and like I say, drafting dudes like Mozzie Smith and Luke Schoolmaker back to back.
Gosh,
That's
No,
that's that's
Schoolmaker
harsh,
was
man.
Schoolmaker was Dak Prescott and McCarthy pick.
Duh, cause
that
no,
part is that
they
part is
rushed
true.
that Schoolmaker pick because all the tight ends got off that board quick, and he
Hey,
was
y'all,
like the last
give a
one.
shout out to the super chat from 805 on, man. I appreciate that 10, man. That's my
Oh,
second
yeah.
Well,
super chat since I've been going live. Appreciate the love,
And
805
and
on.
see,
805
also,
on,
fellas,
thank you.
but here's the
I
thing,
appreciate it.
though. But here's the
Thank you
thing, though.
guys.
Not all of the good tight ends were off the board. Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft was still on the board. The Cowboys didn't want to take Tucker Kraft, who I was crossing my fingers they wouldn't
You
get,
right about
but
that.
All right,
Tucker Craft
Jason
was
Smith
because
still on the
super chat,
board.
y'all.
they didn't want to take Tucker Kraft
That's
because he went
true.
to a small school.
Yep, you right about Tucker
But
Craft was still on
you know
that
what I
board.
think is funny? We took Marshawn Nealon a year later, and he went to Western Michigan.
And
And shout out to Bruce Campbell because Bruce Campbell is a great actor, but he went to Western Michigan. He's not a football player.
Hey,
But I'm just
yeah,
what's
saying.
up,
Yo,
Miss
they
Matrix? Super
Hold
chat.
on, y'all. I got Miss Matrix in the chat. She want to give her,
talk
her
Miss
thoughts
Mitch.
on this, what we've been talking about. So go ahead, Miss Matrix. What's good with you?
Yeah, I just got a few questions. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? What's
Hey,
up?
Miss Matrix.
Hey,
Hey, hey, so how is it not on Jerry? And it's not his blame. He's the only owner that's a GM. That's number one. There's nobody else to blame
Well,
there. And Dak is here for 10 years. We ain't won shit in 30.
about to be
All the
40.
players here now, we correct. So all the players here now have not been here. No, so every team Jerry put together is just bad, just trash. So is it his fault or not? Make it make sense.
Miss Matrix. I've seen you in the chat. First of all, Jerry does deserve blame. I have even come out and said Jerry Jones has made some dumb decisions, but it's not. He does deserve a lot of blame. But I even said it earlier. A lot of these players, they just haven't performed to the level. I mean, like I said, all Jerry Jones can really do, he can draft the players, he can build the team. They have to go out there and perform. And the fact of the matter is, they just haven't done that. And
So
quarterbacks,
every team for 30 years
baby,
have
we
not
talking about the
performed under Jerry.
Cowboys.
oh,
Right. So
I mean,
every team that he's put together in 30 years have just not every player on every roster for 30 years just have not performed. And that's not on
I agree
Jerry.
with
well,
You can't
can
just
you
I
look
say
agree
at
with
that
it
they
Miss
as a
have
Matrix.
30-year
performed?
thing. You gotta look at season by season or quarterback tenure by quarterback tenure. You just can't wrap
And
it up
they're
at 30
all
years.
under Jerry, though. He's the only constant, is what you're missing.
I
But
agree
he
with Miss
has
But
Matrix.
put
He
you
is.
gotta
but
you
the
gotta
thing is,
see he
Jerry can only build the team
Yeah,
And
he
I'm
didn't
not
put some
saying
good
that. I'm
teams
not saying he
around.
doesn't
Yeah.
deserve blame.
Yeah,
He
but he
deserves
put
some
some
blame to
talent
an
out there.
extent.
Yeah, he has put some talent out there, Miss Major. 3 straight 12 and 5 seasons don't just go by the
I
like
mean,
that. No,
Jerry Jones. I mean,
something
like
is
I said,
going on
I
with the
defended him, bro.
QB. Yeah,
He's put up teams that have. We are 11th in the regular season since the year 2000. I mean,
and I
that's. I mean,
seen that the
that's
Cowboys in
pretty
the
good.
last 10 years have 35 plus All Pro players and Pro Bowlers. He has put enough talent on around Dak that where Dak should have been to at least an NFC Championship.
And
But
so,
here's the
so
thing, though. But
And you know what? And I
22.
agree. I would agree with that. However, none of the other teams, none of the other rosters have gotten there. None of
That's
them.
just
I ain't
And it's
it.
worried
been
about
30
the other
years.
teams, Miss
We
May.
not talking about the
We
Romo
talking
era.
about
We
our
talking about
team.
Dak era, the past 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but shit, you can't you
But
blame
why?
Jerry
But why
Jones.
are we?
You
But
wait.
we can't. But
I
we
got
can't
one more
not talk
question,
about
Miss
all
Mason.
of them
Let me ask you this
without
question.
without. When we talking about Jerry, we can add all of that. What do you mean?
So, Miss Matrix, you blame Jerry Jones for that Tony Romo throw versus Green Bay in the playoffs. Whose fault was that? Not Jerry Jones' fault. The ref's fault. That shit. That it's not Jerry Jones' fault because that shit happened. So you fast forward
No,
to
you
Dak
want to
era.
pick apart the
No, I'm
little.
finna go against the Dak era. He didn't have
hold on,
3 straight
hold on,
12 and
but
5.
hold on, fellas. Even though we keep pointing out these rosters that we keep having, all these Pro Bowls we've got, but here's the thing, though: teams have had less than that and more success. You look at
That's
teams. Oh,
true.
some of these other teams have never had that many Pro Bowlers, that many
Can I
All Pros, and guess what
can I
they
make
got? More Super
can
Bowl success than we do.
So
can I
what? So
You
can I
got
what's
to
the
interject?
wait.
Can I
problem? Is
make
it
That's
the
something?
true, and that's
quarterback?
true. So
Is
I
it the
don't
Can
think
I
it's
quarterback?
none
interject
of that.
something
What you're
too?
saying, I
Hold
think
on.
it's what he's saying. I'm just gonna say this. I promise. What he's saying makes hella sense because it goes back to Jerry. It's the culture that he builds. So it
And the
I
is
way he
disagree
runs
with
Jerry.
this
you.
team.
I don't
Stan
disagree with
Kroenke
you.
won a freaking Super Bowl with the Rams, and Stan Kroenke is a shitty owner, and he won the Super Bowl.
Well,
Robert
he got
Kraft
Matt
Who's
won
his
two
Stafford.
Super
quarterback?
Bowls with the
Who's
Eagles.
his quarterback?
Who is quarterback?
Yeah,
Matt Stafford, a #1 overall pick. He got talent like that. Y'all got to stop
And the,
acting.
and
He's
the
he's
Eagles
got
and the
some good
Eagles won the
hair.
Super Bowl for the
With
first time with Nick Foles and
Hey, well,
Carson
Nick
Wentz.
Foles. What round did Nick Foles go in? Second round,
He was a
Arizona
third.
State.
He was
A
a
third
third round
round
pick,
or
brother.
whatever he was. But Nick Foles can throw that bitch. I seen him throw 6 touchdowns versus the Oakland Raiders in Oakland. I didn't see Nick Foles throw that bitch. Trust me, I know Nick Foles. You can't just say, "Well, Nick Foles won one." Well, shit. Apparently, if that's your standard, that Nick Foles won one, so why the fuck Dak Prescott can't do it? And he had all this talent around, and he all this in the bag of chips. He
Well,
was the
it
MVP.
just
Come on, man. Y'all was just saying he was the
it just
MVP 3 weeks ago. Now I'm hearing today
it
he
goes
need all
back
this
to
damn
what
help. Man, I'm tired of this shit.
I agree, but it goes back to what it's sad. The thing is, Dak does have enough talent to win it, but it's a lot of it. Like I said, it goes back to his mental. When he gets into a situation where he has to put the team on his shoulders, he just can't do it. And
He
I
got
watched it against
performance
the
anxiety
Broncos.
or something.
No, it really is. And
Like dead ass.
I'm not a therapist, but I'd be willing to help Dak out with that. Like if Dak were to come to me and I were to talk with him, I'd be more than willing to talk with him and say, "Hey man, what's up? Like why do you get so freaked out?" And I'd ask him, "Dude, what's the worst that can happen? You've already lost, right? Like you can
Yeah,
I think
lose,
it's the
that's
pressure.
true."
It's the pressure of being a Dallas Cowboy. Because this is my
Oh
opinion.
my
I don't
no,
think
God.
every
that's
What
an
does it
quarterback
take
excuse,
to be a
will
bro.
be.
Dallas
That's an
Cowboy?
excuse. That's an excuse.
What
that's
does
an
it
But
take
I
excuse.
would
to be a
talk to
Dallas
Dak. I would say,
Cowboy?
Dak, but I would say to Dak Prescott, I would say, dude, yeah, you're a Dallas Cowboy, but what does that really mean? Like the only meaning that you put behind being a Dallas Cowboy is what you decide it means, right? So,
Nah, because Dak ain't gonna say
dude,
that.
you
He gonna say you come to the Cowboys. The expectation is Super Bowl or bust. It's not the same if you go to like Cleveland. Dak could play like
well,
he
Well,
is in
what's the
Cleveland
problem?
and
that's
be
I
Hold on,
trash
hold
all
on.
the year.
What's the
I
problem with being
agree with
Super
that,
Bowl to
but like
bust?
I'm just saying, like think about it from that standpoint. Like, what does it really mean? We as human beings make that mean something. I'm like, dude, you know what? If you go out, you already failed and like people have said you choked? And he would say, well, some people have said that, yeah. I'm like, cool. Well, you've already done that. So what's the worst that
I'm
you can
telling
do?
y'all, man, he got
You've
But
performance
it's
anxiety,
just,
man. He
I would
just
tell you,
and I
dude,
would
just go
agree
out there
that
and be
he has.
relaxed.
he
And
got
I
some
do
he
agree
got
that he
it.
got some issues. Okay, yes, Dak is not perfect. I really don't.
I'd sit with him and say
It's
that.
beyond me. It's beyond me that that y'all focus so much on him though. Like I don't understand
Was
why.
he the
I look
quarterback
at
of
No,
the
the
I
He's
think
season?
a
Eagles,
it's good.
right?
quarterback.
But
It's
hold on,
on
but
the
check this
defense.
out. I look at the hold on. I check this out because I look at the Eagles and I see what they doing. Jalen Hurts is not a world beater. I don't
Jalen
hate
Hurts
on the dude.
crazy. I can't.
He's a good quarterback. I'm not hating on him. The point is he's not the best quarterback.
You think
He's
you
not.
think Dak
He's
is
never
better than
been. But
Jalen
they
Hurts?
did. They have done a
Jalen
fantastic
crazy.
job building to
So
his
I got a
strength.
question for you.
They
What?
built to his strength and
I don't
built
disagree.
around
I
that
don't
man.
dis.
Okay,
Hey,
So
okay.
I
they
All right.
don't
Let
haven't
me
built
ask you.
disagree
around
with
How
Dak
can you
this
build
year.
you.
around Dak's strength? Hold on. Let me ask you this question. They built around Jalen Hurts' strength. How can you build around Dak's strength?
so name one thing that Jalen Hurts has had that Dak hasn't. Because he didn't have everything: a running game, first round talent on offensive line, two number one receivers. Y'all got to stop with that. If you're gonna say that, well, Jalen Hurts took advantage of his talent, and Dak can't do it. So I'm gonna take Jalen Hurts
They
all
have
day
done
over
it.
him. Come on,
That
man.
Jalen
First of
Hurts
great.
all,
also
If
got
you
the
can do
elite
that, but
mobility
I've
that
seen it. No,
that
but
Dak
I've
has.
seen it. But it's not. It's not just Jalen Hurts. I'm looking at them do it now with him.
Man,
Before
that
that,
can't be
they
just
built
Dak.
a wait just a second because they built a team with Carson Wentz. Build the team. Build a
What
juggernaut like
what
Kyle
what do Dak
Shanahan
need?
or Howie Roseman,
They
because
built
then
the
you can
team.
just
Hold
drop
on,
in
hold
a
on.
quarterback because Nick Foles took him to the Super Bowl when Carson Wentz went down. If
I
you
So
can't
we
let
build
got an
the
you do
average
that
team,
all
quarterback.
you can
day,
drop a
Nah,
quarterback in.
no, I
You
can't let
can
you do
Nah.
drop
that at
a
all.
I mean,
quarterback
oh wait, wait, hold
in.
on,
We've
hold on,
seen
hold
it,
on,
but
hold
y'all
on,
want to argue with that. Y'all
but
want to detest it, but that's just because y'all don't like the
hold
quarterback.
on, no, no,
Just
but
say
Matrix
that.
though.
but I mean,
You
there's some
you
truth.
also pointed out.
Hold on, Danae. Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
Yeah.
Let me say something on this. See, Dak has had that and more, and Martin agreed with that. He was on the show with was Chris Long, and he was
Yeah,
saying
Zach
that we
Martin
was
did say
mad.
that.
Hold
Facts.
on. He was saying that we had the teams. He was so pissed off that we didn't do nothing with what we had. He said we had better at times or equivalent to what the Eagles had. So you mean to tell me Zach Martin, right there, the O lineman, supposedly one of the leaders at that time, does not know what he's talking about with the kind of talent we had on the team that we should have won? Jerry Jones has done that for Dak Prescott and more. He just
More.
Right.
can't take
I think
advantage of the talent that he has. He's just not that guy. So
you
as
just
as a fan, for those 30 years and before Dak was born and before Jerry Jones bought the team, I'm looking at this guy right now because in the last 10 seasons, he's done nothing with all the talent he's had. But people keep saying he's top 5 elite. Now, my question to you is, do you think Dak Prescott is better than Jalen Hurts?
No,
Absolutely.
No,
okay.
ma'am, baby.
But
No,
what?
ma'am, baby.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. Besides the stats, what makes Dak Prescott better than Jalen Hurts?
That's
Like,
that's
is
that's what it is. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about
You
what
got it.
makes a
Okay.
quarterback.
but what
Hold
makes
on, because y'all didn't even let me answer.
Answer.
What makes a
go for it?
quarterback a quarterback is every single category. Jalen Hurts wins in one, the RPO. Period.
Okay,
That's it.
Okay.
That's
Who got
it.
the better
So Dak
passing
is
rating,
a
Dak or
but you
Jalen
can,
Hurts?
okay. So
point,
he
but you
wins
can.
in
Okay, go for
one
it.
category of what
Who
makes
got more
a
touchdowns,
quarterback a
Dak or Jalen
quarterback.
Hurts?
You got to think, baby. That Jalen Hurts can still use his legs. Jalen Hurts, he don't fold under pressure. Jalen
That's
Hurts,
literally what I
Look,
just said.
hold on, hold
On the
on.
replay option, that's what he
Jalen
beats
Hurts,
you
he don't turn the ball over. Jalen Hurts ain't had a running game all this
because he
year.
don't throw
And
it. So good. Congratulations for
no,
him.
don't say that, because he ain't had no running game all this year. He been beating these top teams by himself, throwing and whatever, using his
With his
legs.
legs, yes,
And
correct.
Dak
With
can't do that
well,
the
shit.
run.
hold on
Dak
now,
So
hold
can't
on.
he,
do it.
Actually, now
I
hold
would
on now.
say, I would say he's
Them
more
wins really.
athletic, but a passer of the ball, a quarterback position, yes, Dak is better. Go ahead.
No, he is not, ma'am.
Did you see
You're
Jalen Hurts in the
delusional.
Super Bowl? He threw
First
way
of all,
more than
actually,
Dak ever
fellas.
threw.
First of all, let's get something straight. The Eagles' defense is what's winning them games. Because when they
No,
played the
no,
fucking
Thank
no,
you.
Rams,
No.
that
Thank
was
you.
their
don't just
defense
give
that
Thank
them
helped
you.
them
the
win that fucking
defense.
game.
Thank you, because we just saw it. When Jalen has to pass the ball, they lost
Wait,
the game.
you said the
They
Rams
when he,
game? Didn't they come back and beat them versus the Rams? Jalen
Well,
Hurts?
that's
No,
what I
Didn't he
wanted to
come
that
back
was
say.
and
the
beat
no,
them?
That's
that
what I
was
wanted to
Jalen
say.
Carter. Jalen
No,
Carter
Well, that's what I
blocked the
wanted to
kick that
say
helped
is
them
the
win the game.
Philadelphia
no, I'm talking about
Eagles.
this season. We ain't talking about that Super Bowl. He already done surpassed that career, just like
Also,
Jay Daniels.
also,
I'm talking about this
also,
season.
Miss Matrix. If Jalen Hurts is so good, how the hell did he lose to the fucking Giants? How did you do
right.
that? How did Jalen Hurts lose to the damn Giants? The Cowboys stack wins on them fuckers year in year out.
Hold on, man. You screaming, man. How long you screaming? Hold on. Calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I ain't
Let me
gonna
do
lie,
this real
Darnell.
quick.
I
I'm
got a
not
mic.
screaming
Let me
about
do
it.
this real quick.
I'm just saying. Go for it.
Let me do
Because
this
I'm
real
tired of this
quick.
whole Jalen Hurts is
Okay.
that good, but he
Hold on,
can't
hold
beat the
on, hold
Giants.
on, hold
He can't beat
on,
the
bro.
Giants.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
And Dak,
Check
that's
this
all
out.
he can beat is the
So
damn
then,
Giants.
so
So
then let me ask. Oh, go ahead, AJ.
Oh, it's
I'm gonna
cool.
drop you.
Cool.
Okay, so we're looking at passer rating. Okay, that quantifies what a quarterback does of throwing the ball. Right? We're gonna take Jalen's rushing out of it. You see his passer rating, 114. He's fifth in passer rating. Dak Prescott is 11th. So who's playing the quarterback?
Okay, because when you throw the ball as little as Jalen Hurts, I'm not sure what you're missing about this.
What do you
When
mean?
you don't pass the ball as often, you have less room for error. The
When you throw
more
the
you
ball,
pass it, the more room for error that there is.
Jalen
Like
Hurts,
CD
Okay.
dropping 4 passes in a
Okay.
row versus the Eagles. So it makes sense that Jalen Hurts would have
and just
a
like
better
Quinion
passer
Mitchell
rating.
dropped that interception
Okay.
versus the Eagles, just like the dude dropped
Okay.
that interception today versus the Cardinals. You can do the drop
What
interception
about
shit, drop question shit. That shit is pointless to
I
say
wanted to
drop
say
catches and shit. Like,
I
come
wanted
on
to
now.
say this. What
So I
about
want to know, like, what about the games that you can see? How are those games getting lost? Like, I compared 2 games: the game that the Eagles and Cowboys, the season opener, and I believe it was the game who the Eagles play. Was it the Bucks? Him and Dak had the exact same passing yards, 188. They had almost identical passer rating in that game, identical passing
okay?
yards, identical touchdowns, but Dallas lost and the Eagles won. How is that
Well,
possible?
I'll tell you why. Because the Cowboys did not protect the ball in the red zone. Number one, and two, um, we checked out of run plays.
Mm.
And I say this because
So
Brian
that's a Dak
Schottenheimer.
Prescott problem. That's a Dak Prescott problem, correct?
No,
It's been a
Well,
fact.
to
that's a
some
head coach
extent,
problem.
to some extent,
That's
I'd
a
have
head
to
coach
say
problem.
so.
if you
I'd
check
have
out
to
a
say
run
that
play,
it's a
that's a Dak
combination of
problem. You check
both
out of the run play.
because Brian Schottenheimer has been a run heavy coach his entire career, but all of a sudden he comes to the Dallas Cowboys and we're pass happy inside the 10-yard line.
That's
You're going to
because they're
tell me
trying
that's
to
all on Brian
force.
Schottenheimer?
That's
I
Dak
mean,
trying to force them stats, and they
Yep.
ain't
Oh,
giving
but
that
And
shit.
second,
there's some argument to it.
But
on top of that
Javante
And
too,
Williams, oh my
sometimes it's
mama,
worked.
JB, you
Sometimes
can't
it's
tell me
worked,
Javante Williams shouldn't have
but
at least about 12, 13 touchdowns right
yep.
now. Come on,
Damn
man.
right.
Oh
Good.
my
That's
God,
Schottenheimer got pissed at Dak because he
Javante
checked
has
out a running
been a
play.
star. Javante has been a star this year. I
And
mean,
like I say, Dak
even tonight,
Prescott is nothing.
even tonight in the terrible offensive performance, Javante had a great game.
Yeah.
also too, I don't. Has anybody else noticed since CDs came back, the Cowboys are trying to flip the script and make it to where CD needs the ball more than George Pickens. Like George Pickens when CD was
I agree with
gone,
that. I
George
agree with that.
Pickens was doing great,
Well,
Well,
that
it's because
goes back to your
I'll say this:
quarterback.
I don't think
and the
Dak has
coaching.
played as good
Nigga got to
since
spread that
CD
ball
has
around.
come. You know what's crazy? Dak hasn't played as good since CD has come back, and it's
Hell
not
No,
like
no.
he's played a bunch of
but
crap teams.
you know what? That's something to look into
But like
because
I
I
say,
mean
this
I think
it
so.
did happen. But
just
hey,
to see.
I don't know. But what I
Go
do
show
want to
some
know is
stuff
now
about
that we
CD.
talked about Dak and how terrible he is. Okay, yeah. Dak's trash. All right. What about that O
Nah,
line?
nah, we're not gonna do that, Miss Matrix.
Horrible. No, I don't see why. Because we need to focus on the
Look,
team.
look, look, look,
Dak has been
JB. What I
wobbly.
tell you?
Look at.
What I tell you,
No.
JB?
Hold on, because wait a minute, sir. Let JB go ahead and talk because I want to get in on this. Go ahead, JB.
We talked about all that.
Yeah, we didn't already said we didn't already heard. We
We
already knew that
talked
excuse
about
was gonna come
we know
up,
our
baby.
defense. We know what we need for our defense. We done talked about that. We can
Okay,
talk
but I
about
said I
everything.
specifically spoke on the O line. That's
She
why
has
I
a
said
point.
I
That
didn't
Okay.
say
the
anything about the
Cowboys,
defense.
the
Shit,
Cowboys
the
have
O
spent a
line
lot
doing
on that
fine.
O line.
Yeah, they invested on that O
The O
line,
line
man.
really. I mean, the O
And
line didn't
they're
play the best
trash.
tonight,
And they're
but
O line
trash.
Yeah.
ain't
The O
trash.
I
line
would.
is one
And
of the best O
hey,
lines
I
in the
disagree with
NFL.
you.
They ain't
The O
trash.
line.
Trust me.
The O
They
line
were
is not
Nah.
trash
trash.
tonight.
They
They've
up
been
or
trash
they
the
wasn't.
past two
No, Miss
games. The
Nathan.
past I watched Tyler Smith and Nate Thomas get whooped. Why did that get said so many times? I
That's
mean, just
Walter
standing
Dunn.
around.
That's a
Damn,
first round
I
pick.
looked at it. I was
Well,
watching it.
it's
What game was y'all watching?
how
well.
many
Y'all
times did
say
they
Well,
Dak
Tonight
can
got?
sit back in the
tonight
pocket,
they
hold the
didn't have
ball
the
for 12
greatest game.
seconds.
But what about last week? Everybody said the offensive line was bad last
That's
week.
what I'm saying, bro.
Yet,
Y'all hype up this
yet,
offense
yet,
now. They getting their ass whooped. Now
yet,
remember Dak was
Dak
carrying the
was carrying
team.
this offensive
Remember
line.
Dak was
but Miss
carrying the
Nathan,
team. He
Who
was
said
we
carrying the
Dak
only
was
gave
team.
up
carrying the
we only
team?
gave up
Who?
two
Oh
sacks.
my god.
We only gave up 2 sacks last week, and honestly, one of them was Dak's fault because he held onto the ball too
A
long.
lot of them are Dak's fault.
Fault.
But this
yeah.
game, I will agree with you. The
One of
offensive
them
Now I
line
tonight.
will
didn't
I
say
play
they
will
was
agree
good.
getting
with
their
one of
ass
them
whooped.
tonight.
They
That
was
I
getting
will
their
Nobody
ass
agree.
whooped
plays
a little
good
bit.
They
football.
damn sure was. I mean, it looked horrific out there.
But
But
I
like I
mean,
I wouldn't
say,
getting
say that.
whooped.
Brissett was getting it. The
I don't know
Brissett
about
offensive
that.
line was
Hey,
getting their ass
JB,
whipped
my thing
too.
is though,
Not the
I think it's
greatest,
because the
but
Cowboys are trying to rebuild the O line they had with Tyron, Zach
it,
Martin, and Frederick. They're trying to
they
rebuild that O
that
line,
that
and that
shit
hasn't. They
already
haven't
got
got.
can I give a
rebuilded.
shout out to Tyler
Nah,
Guyton?
it still needs some
Everybody's
tweaking, man.
It's got three first
everybody's
rounders on that motherfucker. They done already started the rebuild, buddy. There ain't
but
no
But they got,
start.
but yeah, hold on. But they got two shitty tackles. Tyler Guyton, not a left tackle. That
First
guy needs to
round
go to the
pick.
right
Tyler
side.
Guyton is one of
I'll
the
say
best
this.
left
I think
tackles in the
Tyler
NFL.
Guyton didn't
Stop,
play
Yeah,
stop,
bad.
Tyler
stop.
got not that bad, bro. Terrence
Tyler
But guess
Steele
Guyton
is
what?
is
Tyler
not
ass.
got,
Tyler
good.
Guyton is
but
not
Tyler
great. Like
ain't,
he's
but
not.
Tyler ain't gonna be that left
Y'all want
tackle in the
Tyler to be
future.
Tyrone
Hold on.
Smith
Hey, Danielle,
already.
hold
No,
on, man.
but
That's
Can
the
you
he's not.
turn your
problem.
Tyler
mic down,
Guyton's not
bro?
bad. I think
Hold on,
he
hold on,
didn't
y'all.
play too
Hold on,
bad.
hold on, hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Can you
Darnell, your
turn
mic
your mic
loud as
down,
shit.
man?
Oh, hold on. Then let me see if I got this thing fixed.
that
The
nigga
But
problem,
yeah,
got a
the
that
yeah.
shit
But
problem
I'm
with
saying,
loud.
guys, like they still got to fix some things in that
Hold
that
on,
line.
hold on. Y'all gotta let JB talk. What's up, JB?
Oh, I'm trying to get my man mic down. That shit too
Yeah,
loud, bro.
Darnell, I think your mic right by your mouth or
Oh,
something. God damn.
I might have to drop
That's
you
what
off.
happens when you got these trucker these trucker headsets.
Oh, he on the trucker. Okay, that's why. Okay.
Okay, well, hold on, man. I'm gonna have to drop you down because I
Yeah.
can't. That trucker shit too loud for me, bro.
the
On
pro-
me.
the problem with Tyler Guyton is everybody want him to be all pro Hall of Fame Tyrone Smith right off the bat.
Nah, he
Fix
ain't
that.
finna be that shit.
He's
And
not
y'all
bad.
gotta
He's
think, y'all
not
gotta be
bad.
patient with him. He a left tackle. That shit don't
He's
develop
the
till
thing.
like
I want to say this about Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton, though, the positive, he's actually getting better. If you watch him play compared to last year, he's actually getting better.
and
That's a
then
positive.
what
He's getting
is
better.
that? Is that getting better or Dak has reached his ceiling 5-4 years ago? That's
I
the
mean,
damn question.
I
He
already
might have
think
Mm.
reached
Dak.
his ceiling. He might have reached his ceiling, and I mean,
He
the
may,
way we've been
yeah.
seeing his ceiling, the way we've been seeing him play is good enough. We seen lesser quarterbacks make it further, so what he's doing is good enough. So I'm okay if his ceiling has been reached.
See,
That's
Oh,
Tyler,
fine with me.
I guess this is
Was
good
that's
he good
enough.
fine.
enough
I mean,
tonight?
I
I don't
get
know
you.
what's
What is
good
Yeah,
he?
I
enough.
don't think Tyler
What is he
Guyton's
doing,
ceiling
Miss
has
Vicky?
been reached. I think he's playing
What is he
some
doing?
good football.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know your name, but exactly, he's playing good football. You, and what more can you ask for the man?
He
He's gonna
played
make
good tonight.
mistakes. He's just
He
Well,
played good tonight.
I was
hell
saying
no, hell no.
He played
Tyler
good last
Guyton's
week.
getting better. I'm actually, as a Cowboys fan,
He
I've been watching Tyler
you
Guyton,
did he play good
and he's
last
getting
week
better.
too? That
I don't think
did he
Hell
play?
no.
Did he
Hell
play
no.
good this week? No, no.
No.
This is the
No. That's
real
two.
Dak Prescott.
Okay, but that's two out of
No, that's
nine
not
games.
true.
That's not
The versus the Bears.
what.
No, no,
No, versus the Bears, he
Matrix,
sucked.
no.
No,
Okay. And no,
no.
actually, no, he did not suck. So I can see who watched film and who don't. But he
What?
did not suck during that
Mm,
Bears game. That was not
What?
no. I will
Oh
give
no,
you.
she crazy as hell. Just
I
what
can
that
see
comment
who
say.
I can see
Tyler
who
Come
Guyton.
watched
on, Miss
film
Vicky.
and who hold
Hold
on,
on,
but hold
listen
on,
for a
JB.
minute,
I'm
bro.
just gonna tell you, I'll give you that game. I will give you the Bears game, and that's 3 out of 9.
Okay,
Okay.
so what game? Like, if you want to be honest about the Green Bay game, that offense was dog shit until George Pickens saved his ass at the last second of the second half when he just threw it up to him and he caught it over two defenders. You can go to the Giants game.
This is
He
some
threw
big
he
Pickens,
threw it
brother.
50 times
Oh
versus
my
the
God.
Giants just to get 300 plus yards and almost lost. And Brandon Aubrey saved his ass. Like, we gotta be honest here. He ain't really had the game job trying to hype up.
He's
Ain't
not
really
been
been it.
playing like no
Yeah,
MVP.
like even like the New York Jets game, them 4 TDs out of the 3 of them was like less than 5 fucking yards. Congrats, Dak. You could have just handed the ball off to Javonte Williams.
What did he do against
MVP.
the Panthers?
Come on, man. No,
It's funny how all the stuff that you downplay for your quarterback is how
that's
you
not my
boost up
quarterback,
Jalen
baby.
Hurts. That's insanity
Hey,
to
well,
me.
look, Jalen
No,
Hurts is the
Jalen Hurts,
Super Bowl winner.
he's the
Period. Point
winner.
blank.
It don't
Jaden
matter. He's
Daniels,
the winner.
Jaden Daniels. So what's
Because
your
of
excuse?
their excellent GM.
Okay,
Kudos to him.
so
We don't
what's your
have that.
excuse?
Hold on. Let me address that, Miss Matrix. Let me address that. You know why? Because it was Jalen Hurts' attitude about the way he dealt with his contract with his agent.
He
He
wanted less
told his
money.
agent not to fuck up my players, not to fuck up my cap. She
And
didn't
what?
come back
And
and said,
I'm glad you brought that up, JB.
hold on now. I'm saying the attitude, the mindset. He
Mm.
didn't want to reset the market like Dak Prescott did. So now we ain't got no players we can sign because we ain't got the money because of
Josh
his
Allen
cap
said
hit.
that too.
Jalen Hurts.
And I agree
Josh
with you,
Allen did too.
JB, and that's cool. And I'm glad you brought that up too, because word on the street from credible sources is Dak say he gonna restructure, take less,
So we
to keep
kicking the can down
Pickens.
the road, Miss
To
Matrix.
keep Pickens. He
No.
just so
His
that's
attitude
the
from
word
the
that's
jump.
on the street. That's a credible source. So I'm just telling
Restructure
you.
had nothing to do with that.
Okay, no. Dak is not in control of the restructure. However, he spoke directly and said he would take less to keep Pickens.
Well,
Man,
I don't
I
know if
don't
he did
believe
though,
it.
We
because
still
he
I don't
got to
was
believe it.
restructure his contract.
million
I don't
bucks.
believe
I
that
don't
either.
So
believe.
He
I
already
don't
signed his
believe it.
contract. How you gonna
it's
take
not
less
trying to
now?
be
Right, he
it's not
can't do
trying to be
that.
like blind. It's just saying George Pickens didn't come to the Dallas Cowboys until after Dak
This nigga
agreed
ain't
to the
hit.
60 until he agreed to the $60 million
Bam ain't get
deal.
11.
But again, guys, I've had a great time on live. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta go to
Appreciate you,
bed,
man.
and
Uh,
Miss
Yeah, I'm
Matrix,
about to
I
call the
hope you have
Twins
a
and
great
play
night.
myself, bro.
BJ, JB, all you guys, thank you
all
for
right,
having
bro,
me
bro.
on.
Love.
All right.
Yeah,
All
man.
right,
Appreciate you, Dallas, man.
Right. Yeah, have a good night, you guys.
But yeah,
all right.
now, yeah, baby. And then you gotta think like a dude like Jaden Daniels. What's your excuse for him going to the NFC Championship last year? It ain't taking him 10 years to do it. He ain't had 2 number ones, all world pro players around. It's your quarterback. He supposed to be the diff.
That is not okay. I don't
Yeah.
even know why you bring that up. That is
No, cause
so
y'all be
God,
trying to
that is
downplay
so
little shit.
irritating. No, you are trying to
Look,
downplay the defense. He
Hey,
had
hey,
the
Miss
oh
ball.
Matrix,
my,
The
I'm gonna let
defense was in that
I'm gonna let
Green Bay.
hold
That
up.
that would have went to the NFC Championship had it not been for the defense.
Hold up. I'm gonna let you give a closing statement how you feel about everything because I know how you feeling. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get it off, and then we're gonna close it up. Go ahead.
All right, appreciate you, JB. No, that is so annoying because you know that that's just not factual. You just say that people say that, and it just does not make any sense. It was not on deck why he didn't go to the team did not go to the playoffs 2016. He could have won his rookie season too. The defense was better thanks to Dan Quinn over there in Washington. Kudos to them. But when he was a rookie in 2016 versus Green Bay, Dak walked off the field in a winning position. How is that on him? How? You can't explain that. You can't. You can't. And it's a fallacy. It's annoying.
bro, we
Hey,
talking
Aaron
about
Rodgers.
10 years ago, baby.
But you the one who brought it up and
I
said
brought up
Jaden
Jaden
Daniels. How
Daniels
did
last year.
going to right in his rookie year? How did he get there?
NFC
Right.
Championship.
So right, and that would
Didn't
okay.
need
So
didn't
that's
need,
rookie
didn't
year.
need 3 first round Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick on the O line. Didn't need Jason Witten and Dez
So the
Bryant
only
and
thing that we're
Nicole
gonna be
Beasley.
So therefore, the only thing that we can compare Jaden Daniels' rookie season to is
It's just
Dak's
been nothing
rookie
but
season,
excuses. I bet
and
you got
he
a whole
did it.
book of Dak excuses at your house.
I
You got a
bet you
whole
have
book of them. Come on, baby.
everything. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. I only speak facts, and
It's not
no,
no
I
facts,
don't.
baby. You speaking bullshit. It sounds like you in love with Dak. You're not speaking the real, baby. It sounds like a bunch of excuses. He makes
You
60
can
million.
say
He a fourth
you
round
can.
pick.
Okay,
He
hey,
look. He's a fourth round pick. He is what he is. He's not
All
an
right, y'all.
MVP
All
type.
right, y'all. All
okay,
right,
Man, let
y'all.
me get up
okay,
out of
Everybody
here,
have
okay.
a good
JB.
one, man. I appreciate everybody.
That's what I was
All
trying.
right,
Right,
JB,
that's
man.
what I
I'ma
was
holler
trying.
at you, man.
All right,
All right,
JB.
JB.
Appreciate you. I couldn't even get my words out for what old dude, but I appreciate you, JB. I'm gonna let you next stream.
Yes, man. Appreciate you. All right, Doc Delusional. I appreciate everybody, man. I thank y'all for coming. We're going to end this right here. All right.
Well,